facilitator allows Chucky to get loose without 10 defensive eyes watching him.
Knueppel right by everyone. A strong move for two.
I get a real feeling here
that yesterday versus Clemson, but he's been an addition to the starting lineup with Rain Smith being unable to play, has added defense and some timely shooting as well.
Knueppel can't hit.
Waterman is also broken.
This would be Duke's first outright regular season ACC and tournament championship since 2006. Knueppel inside.
Such a smart play by Knueppel going and using C performer. But he is the reason why Louisville is 18-2. They changed their defense because of Edwards.
Knueppel around and out. Rebound comes to Hepburn, and we're tied.
By design to be able to get the dunk along the back line. Great screen set by Terrence Edwards to free Chucky.
Knueppel takes the bump, leans in, got it off the window.
Well, he is strong on the drive. He really is.
The star in their role. Abubakar Traore is absolutely a star role player for the Cards.
Knueppel from the corner, won't drop.
What a difference a year makes. You shouldn't have a shaking hands after the game. You should do it before the game.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think after the game.
Emotional.
Knueppel with a big drive for two. And he has 8. A long one on the way and too strong by Ruth. Knueppel on Hepburn. One-on-one. A block. But count that. That bat
team. I believe he's better than a second-round prospect. If that's what it's going to be this year, he can change his fortune.
Knueppel got a really good look around and out. He doesn't miss many of those.
To go there in April up in St. Louis.
Oh, beautiful.
I believe we could name more trophies that you don't have.
Knueppel, the follow-up. Oh, Malawatch again.
I'll tell you, we're going to pass the rock.
Knueppel drives it, scores it.
He's one of the best drivers in college basketball.
Shot clock to 6. Knueppel catches, fires. Rebound comes out high for Hepburn. Off the back iron, that won't drop. James following the miss. Knueppel trying to get involved with the blow by, and it won't roll in. Rebound batted around, and Davis has it.
Dominating points in the paint when you consider everything that they've done has been in the painted area, not really getting much going from the perimeter.
Knueppel catches, fires, got it, a 3. On the standing tournament, back-to-back double-doubles here in Charlotte.
Elliot Cadeau's got to be careful, OB. He's already playing with 2.
Knueppel got a great look, absolutely buried it.
And a smart
for a long time. 27 wins now.
Yeah, Brad Brownell's done a tremendous job, as has Pat Kelsey. Tough trying to figure out who the coach of the year was this year.
Knueppel swish it in from three-point land, and he's at it again.
The year, but he is locked in on the defensive end now, trying to help his team get a win.
Knueppel banging with Jackson and bangs it in. Off the window for 2.
Another delivery from Cadeau to Ben Allen Lubin, but I'm not sure 2s are going to be able to beat the Blue Devils.
Don Knueppel, big-time drive for another bucket.
Especially when you can't stop the Blue Devils on the... And again, he's going to have to get some help from his teammates. The desperation has to set in, that sense of urgency for the Heels.
Knueppel got to get a shot in the air. Shot clock down to 2 as that clangs away.
Jalen Washington back on the basketball late in the season.
Louisville 20 out of 21. Pulled up by Knueppel and short. Davis lost the dribble. Picked off, and Duke collects it. 61-46. Knueppel on the drive. Great defense there by North Carolina to get back and prevent an easy to go. In for Knueppel. Quick shot. Well short. Here's Trimble. Fast. Poked away. Now 5. Knueppel drives it. Still on the move. Can't finish it.
And they're going to get the foul on Malawatch. Seth avoid the shot blocker. Use that rim as a shield.
Malawatch all ACC honorable mention. 7-2. Knueppel with the drive with the left hand. And Duke is on the board.
Don Knueppel, more than just a shooter, had out of nowhere to come up with the offensive rebound.
Great movement. Another terrific fake. Knueppel fakes again and 2.
And you see the respect that Biadongo has as a shot blocker.
Knueppel will lift. Boy, they can't buy a three-pointer. Malawach went for the save, but
rush there at the end of the shot clock in comparison to the 3 good looks he was able to get prior.
I'm looking around the arena. The Duke fans are stunned right now. Knueppel with another miss on a triple. They don't
big of a deal. Losing Malik Brown is a much bigger deal because you may not see him again this season after injuring that left shoulder for a second time.
Nice work by Knueppel. Kept on digging.
Taking advantage of the matchup with Patrick Gumba trying to guard him on the perimeter.
Knueppel got inside and up and in for 2 by Gumba.
And of course, with the Blue Devils right now, they're playing not only for themselves, but for Cooper and Malik as well.
You're playing for 2 and a very popular assistant coach as well. So there's a lot of guys who aren't here. Kick back over to Duke, leading 34-31 without Cooper Flagg and Malik Brown. A block by Powell, but it comes free to Gillis. Here's Proctor.
Obi, I've been back in that locker room and getting x-rayed before. I didn't come back out with shoes on.
Con Knueppel with a miss. Usually when Flagg is out, because here's Knueppel. Yes! A triple on the money. He has tried to answer. He can't. Proctor with the board. He's going to push it. Knueppel lines one up. I think the roof would have come off.
It absolutely would if Knueppel knocking up with a big bucket to get the lead back to 8.
5 minutes to go in Charlotte. Knueppel threading inside. Banks it in. He'll go to the line. Knueppel looking to break free. On the drive, and it spins in.
Con Knueppel taking over here in this second half.
5 to get off a shot. Knueppel working on Ndongo. He slips. Got it up there. Didn't touch anything, so it's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Davis right away, and Davis just knocked the ball away. Really fought James.
Knueppel with 3 on the shot clock. Gets a tough shot off and hits.
He is one cool customer.
And the other 2 losses, neutral court losses, way back in the non-conference to Kentucky and Kansas. Knueppel gets rid of it quickly and knocks down a 3.
Well, you make any mistake on a switch, has really ratcheted up the pressure early on in this game.
Knueppel again. And gets the bounce. It'll be a 3. This is the long jumper, the rebound to Evans. Knueppel just keeps going and lays it in, and he's got 10.
Just a beautiful hesitation move, and that's another.
Into the game with Malik Brown sitting with his second.
And North Carolina's only got 2 rebounds in this game.
Knueppel no. Tipped into the hands of Davis. Win. And the rebound down to Proctor. Now Duke looking to run. Knueppel. And it is still Duke. Sets the screen to try to free up Proctor.
That puts Cano on Flagg.
Knueppel rises up for a 3. Rebound Powell. The heels running. Caleb Foster, Jay, into the game for the first time tonight for Duke.
Good back cut.
Brown, a beautiful feed to Knueppel, and Duke leads.
Boy, not enough pressure on the ball to take on a
30% three-point shooter on the season. Does not often look for that shot. Flagg swings it to Knueppel. Cadeau went flying and is slow to get up. Carolina trying to stay within range. Down by 7.
Duke really trying to spread out this Carolina defense and drive it.
What a drive by Knueppel to make it a 9-point game. He's got 17.
Duke still without a point. Knueppel off the fake. Another fake. Here's the 2.
Great patience by Con Knueppel. And
on this last big Monday, Flagg to drive it. And the kick. They move it to Knueppel. Got a great look. It almost went.
I'm not sure anyone
from 14. Cooper Flagg with a rebound. Knueppel That won't drop. Malawach beat everybody to it.
You would have pulled up and shot a three. Who are you kidding?
Flag with a misfire there. Malawach, great save, and laid up and in by Knueppel.
Coach Greenberg, I am throwing that off the glass.
Drive, take the hit, went for the lay-in. Malawach still battling. Proctor off the fake. Knueppel's the open shooter.
And we've seen this from the Blue Devils, a number of important opportunity for the Demon Deacons to get a stop.
Knueppel got it to the rim, but could not make it.
And if you're right now, Juke Harris, get the last shot. Again, a great offensive possession for them on the first one, especially forcing the miss on the last possession defensively.
Knueppel spins in the paint, left it short. Wake looking, Gungba hitting the deck. Evans not going to wait around. Knueppel with the rebound, back up for two. And Duke is flat running. Is going to come out of this game.
I tell you what, I think it's time for Cooper to have a seat and get his ovation. The final ovation from this crowd as Knueppel knocks down the three ball.
225 pounds, running the one, just makes their lineup different.
Knueppel the spin. Oh my goodness, got Maluk in the air in the end one for Knueppel. Watkins all the way to the basket. Malawach got a piece of it. Here's Flag ahead for Knueppel, spotting up. That got partially blocked. Deflected by Davis. Here's Watkins at the other end. Is into the lineup now, and so is Patrick Gungba, by the way, for Duke, along with Caleb Foster. And Knueppel for three, and he got it out of the corner. Half dozen.
His activity level's what stands out, especially when he comes in and plays for Coach Leonard Hamilton. His activity's there. Like I said, plays with an edge. Got to contest the shot a little better than that.
Boy, look at Gungba chase the offensive routine. Knueppel with 15 to shoot. Finds his way into traffic. And tapped around by Gillis. Finally, Thomas had it, lost it, and on it, James finally controls it for Knueppel. Kahn all the way to the basket, and a foul.
Really athletic are the Seminoles. They do a nice job, but they switch everything, and they put so much pressure on you because they don't have to overhelp.
Boy, Knueppel went all the way to the rack, couldn't finish. And here is Davis, right. Knueppel with 6 seconds against Holt. He'll take him on the drive, stop in the lane, push it up, it rolled off, and the horn sound. Nitu just had it rejected by Flag. Here's Knueppel, weaving around Jerry Dang, shot fake, and one. Fouls, almost 20 fouls.
Sure.
Halfway home here in the second. Knueppel, hanging jumper, and finally controlled by Jameer Watkins.
18-1 in the league. Their lone loss a couple of weeks ago at Clemson. Their other losses this year, Kansas and Kentucky. Knueppel opens the game with a three. The dime for Cooper. Into the body of Proctor. Tries to bounce it to Kidd to take away. Here is Tyrese Proctor. Flag. Knueppel. Same spot this time. Missed, and it's chased down by Duke and Proctor. 6-21. Jim Larinaga stepping down before conference play even started. Knueppel fading away, left it short. Offensive rebound to Malawach. Flag drive.
Because they haven't played in the postseason, and there's nothing like what it takes with short prep to figure out who you are in a postseason situation, win or go home situation.
Nice drive by Knueppel. Duke is 12 for 16.
He was in LA when he was a freshman at UCLA. How's he lost weight since his freshman year?
Knueppel splashes a three, the ninth for Duke. Who'd be so happy to be there. I don't mean that as an insult. Two teams that would find such joy in the progress they've made. Knueppel off the inbound hits a three.
As a fan, I appreciated greatness, right? Like, just want to watch some of the best play and perform.
And maybe this Duke team is in that rarefied air as Knueppel finishes. He's misses. I'm just thinking about what's the funniest possible giveaway. He misses 2 free throws. You get a free gym membership. Knueppel with a three. Duke's 12th of the game.
Tyrese Proctor with the rebound. He'll rake it and take it. Duke in flux. Knueppel driving. Uses that body. Arco Endo high and in. Knueppel.
Some of those shots, but Trey White able to jump inside, get a much needed an offensive rebound.
Knueppel, 14-footer. It's pure. This is what they say about this kid. From Knueppel, hanging. Malawatch with the follow. Here's a young man. Just a wonderful freshman from Chicago. Big fella inside. They compare him to Bam Adebayo. He's out with a broken wrist. Knueppel.
You see how he went through the defense right there, guys. To put Zion James at the point and move Proctor off the ball.
And a steal. Knueppel. Proctor trailing. Knueppel uses that body. Can't get it to go. Proctor with a rebound. Now James driving, slashing. Knueppel. Proctor. Knueppel driving baseline, cut off, dips inside and banks it down.
See that shoulder? You see that shoulder? He dipped that shoulder to be able to get experience right away. But when you see outstanding freshmen like we have on the court, it's very tantalizing to go out and get a bunch of them like this one. Right there.
Knueppel, long rebound, tracked down, extra pivot. Knueppel with the rebound, new shot clock, rising fire. Yakutronis unable to finish. Flag the other way, striding. Knueppel driving. Reverse layup. Got it.
Guys, real story, you should be.
Knueppel, who's been kind of chilly last couple of games, he has not broken double figures. He's going to drive it. It's off the iron. Grabs his own miss and James to the corner. Knueppel will fire it up and swish it in.
And it's almost a perfect.
Knueppel off the dribble. Trying to lean in and use that window. Won't drop. The rebound tipped right to him. Misses again, but the stop by Brown cleans it up.
So over
11 to go here in a quick moving first half. Gillis back out. Knueppel will loft it and swish it in.
And Obi, it's a natural.
Gillis again inside this time off the double fake. Grabs his own rebound, kicks it out. Knueppel straight on. Malawatch battling for it. It comes free in the corner. Knueppel back in. He was the hot hand early. Driving inside and rolls in two.
And Knueppel is much more than just a shooter. He's the paint that time, really trying to avoid the contact. You can't afford to give up those opportunities. Virginia's now giving up a number of those against the Blue Devils in this game.
Malawatch trying to keep that alive, but batted it right to Rhodey. Duke. Proctor off the fake. Knueppel had a nice first half. He'll drive it, keep on going for two.
And you have to honor him, but once he lifts you off your feet.
Virginia looking to quiet him down a bit. Flag on the outlet. Here's James. Back out for Knueppel for three. We got a great look. Malawatch with a big board.
Beckers, Hazy Flood, they felt differently about that, and they made sure to let it be known yesterday.
It's really Fudge hit 28. Knueppel on the drive, and that one denied. Kopi got up there high for the block. Knueppel hit the deck there on the loose ball. Here's Proctor. Knueppel gets back into the play and sinks it, a three-pointer.
And part of the problem when Knueppel goes down to be stars at the next level.
Flag with a shot clock at 4. Gives it up. Swung into the corner. Knueppel and a little too strong. Proctor to push the tempo. He's really been a hot hand these days for Duke. James tiptoeing that line. Knueppel's open. Got it.
He can flat out shoot the ball. What a year he is.
Take a selfie with you back there.
Oh, man. I wanted to get his picture, man. That was the groupie.
Knueppel taking some contact. Nice job banking it in for 2. And he has 7.
The hockey assist, Malik Brown finding Tyrese Proctor in the corner, knocking down the 3-ball. Malik Brown reading the defense even before he catches the basketball, Dickie V.
Yeah, he's a really solid player they got from shooter. Came with a big-time reputation of shooting the ball.
Dickie V, look at your numbers on Jalen Blake's, however, the last 2 seasons. And you consider that he had a stretch where he was a starter for the Blue Devils during that 2022.
He's headed for greatness in his future.
Knueppel off the inbounds. Little spin to get himself an open look for two.
Kid from the Magic.
In their particular brackets, as Flagg lost the handle on that. Malawach collects it, though. Here's Knueppel open. Hustling for his own miss. Got airborne. A great job.
He's going to have to work for everything tonight.
Foul on Stojakovic in the front court as Duke handles. Here's Knueppel winding through traffic and scores. First basket for the freshman from Milwaukee.
And he's really gotten better. Everybody wants to hear that, but with some guys, it takes a couple years to get to where you want to be.
Duke by 7. Knueppel a pull up. Oh, look at the shot over Dort. Malawach fights for the offensive chance.
The coach, he gets in the starting lineup once Stojakovic is ill and is unable to be able to play. Now, how do you manage that when a guy comes back? Stojakovic back in the starting lineup, but Wilkins has been playing so well.
Proctor against Ola Joseph. Here's Knueppel. Baseline and good.
It was a smart play by Knueppel to go drive the baseline.
There's the turnover by the Bears.
It's all defense for Duke.
Knueppel bounced away.
Good look.
And on the South Sudan Olympic team last summer in the Olympics, and got to tell you, that group was competitive in the bracket that the U.S. finally won the gold with.
Yeah, they gave the U.S. everything that they could handle. Malik Brown, I believe he has a different level of confidence now when he steps on the floor in comparison to before.
Knueppel short on the 3. Sissoko the rebound.
You saw Knueppel chase that one this time, and then we'll have a game Saturday, so they have opportunity to be able to take something away from this game. Even though they're down big, you want to finish on a positive momentum.
Knueppel the miss, Petritus the rebound.
Got to keep him in the game at all costs. Proctor jumping in the paint, back out for Knueppel, and got it from three-point land.
He's been unbelievable. Came from Wisconsin.
Malawach. Duke, an amazing passing team, and that's going to rattle in by Knueppel.
I tell you what,
that's correct. Mason Gillis out sick. Shot clock down to 8. Knueppel on the drive, off the fake, and it won't roll in. The tip is controlled by Shefflin. And take it.
Beat Kentucky earlier this year, a top 5 win, and they're looking for another one here tonight.
Knueppel saw the opening, went in strong for the bucket.
Tell you what, Corey, I watch his ability.
He in the painted area.
That was a nice athletic play by him. He really made a strong drive to the basket.
Knueppel will fire one up there, and that misses.
No whistle. No whistle.
Nope. His Proctor's had a big half with 11. Flagg rolling, draws the double. Knueppel's the open shooter and knocks it down to 3.
He is so good offensively. I'll tell you one thing.
But we're certain that Duke and Auburn have been the best 2 teams in the country all season long. So with the winning streaks, if they do come to an end, still have an opportunity to stay in the top.
I think Knueppel has a different theory at this point.
He responds. Now he's seeing his own blood. Look out, Clemson Tigers.
Knueppel slams on the brakes, little fall away. No.
They're doing a good job rebounding into the wire. Will Duke be undefeated? Will Duke be number 1? Or will Clemson spoil the party?
Knueppel off the front iron. Boy, Shefflin is a...
You never know when 2 of the best programs in college basketball history get together. Duke controls the tip, and Duke gets the first basket right out of the shoot, 9 seconds in. An easy, you mentioned those 3 freshmen. They're joined by the terrific transfer Sion James, huge impact point guard, and Tyrese Proctor. Knueppel for 3. Eddie Lampkin clears the rebound for Syracuse, led by Taylor, grabbed by Knueppel. Duke has done well on the defensive glass so far. Knueppel.
If they're going to play in drop coverage, they're going to try to lure Duke into a lot of threes.
Flagg, such a tremendous distributor. Knueppel, well balanced in the lane.
Just using that 2-on-1 to pass the rock.
Todd Knueppel and Tyrese Proctor each had 9 in the first half. Knueppel set up by James, spins in. Duke 7-3 of the night.
Shooting 38% from the 3-point line. They can't allow Knueppel to catch and shoot wide open. This is what he does. Minus that.
They got lucky there.
Estelar de Duke, Proctor, James, Knueppel, Cooper Flagg y Kaman Maluak. Hasta la cocina con Knueppel, pero se queda corto. El pase picado. No encuentra profundidad ahí. Ahora saca Malik Brown ese balón. Y Knueppel también tiene el disparo de parte de los Tar Heels. Y ahora Knueppel se le doble el pie. Cuidado. El tiro en retirada. Todo les... Caleb Foster. Knueppel precisamente con el pase. Proctor, buena finta. Knueppel precisamente falla. Maluak, tremendo rebote. Knueppel, buena finta. Ponerle ahí el balón. Malik otra vez para Knueppel en la personal hasta la cocina. Gran colado de izquierda para Con Knueppel. Los Blue Devils. El balón llega ya a Cooper Flagg. Detecta al hombre que está solo. Es Con Knueppel. La volcada de Knueppel. Sin tener tanto power, pero aún así 10 pérdidas para North Carolina. Flagg le muestra la bola a su defensivo. Otra vez. El pase es correcto. El triple es mejor. Desde el codo con Knueppel. Rebote de Flagg. Buena defensa sobre Cadó. Transición de Knueppel. Foul y cuenta para Con Knueppel, que puede llegar a los pequeños detalles, ¿no?, que conforman el ambientazo en cada uno de los partidos colegiales. El movimiento, que giro de Knueppel hacia la canasta, aportando lo suyo, aunque sea meramente incidental ya en el resto del partido. Knueppel arriba, retando, y mejor la defensa de Lubin. Vamos a ver, seguirá siendo favorito, pero no tanto, no de manera tan abrumadora. Pero qué temporada está firmando la Universidad de Duke.
Sí, con rivalidades por...
Proctor. Proctor had a tough shooting day on Saturday, just 2 for 12. Knueppel wants the three, in and out. It's certainly the shot he wants. The starting lineup brought to you by CDW. Cooper Flagg 20 points a game. Knueppel getting 13. Proctor 11. Defense has certainly marked the success of Duke, though. They can take that everywhere. And
guys will oftentimes make shots against Duke that they don't make in a normal game because they come in. This is almost a Super Bowl for opposing teams.
Knueppel fires long range and nothing but net from three-point land. Give him.
Put up huge numbers in college. Forgive me, in high school.
3 assists already. Again, Knueppel off target there. On a watch, crashing. The strip by Flagg. Cooper Flagg with a theft. Proctor finds an open lane, kicks it out. Knueppel from the corner, got it. He nails the three. He's got 8 points.
Every year for the first two, now has opportunity to get back in this building in his last year as a basketball player at NC State.
No, a lot of rim. The Styles 8-point
opportunities because the guards aren't keeping the guys in front.
1.8 on the shot clock. Duke has to hurry. Knueppel off the inbounds. It won't drop. Rebound tip to Hill, and here he comes.
To perfection. Marcus Hill forcing Tyrese Proctor to commit. Drops it off for the easy layup.
Knueppel swishes it in. He's got the shooting eye in this one. That his great-grandfather, Bud Rose, was the captain of the 1931-32 NC State basketball team and was an honorable All-American.
Blue Devils, and I know John Shire's not, but are the players thinking that NC State can't beat them coming into this building?
Knueppel comes up with a loose ball. He'll lean in for 2. And he was the one really reliable guy in the first half. Knueppel thought about it. He'll drive it. The fall away. Got it. And Duke is retaking the lead.
OB, that last 5 minutes of the first half, the opening 5 minutes of the second half is normally where Duke separates itself from its opponents.
Knueppel off the curl. Can't bury it. And O'Connell will have that one go. Flagg with a screen. Knueppel to the paint with a fall away. Well, they did everything right there except make the shot.
Knueppel passed up an opportunity.
Won't pass up this one, but can't hit it.
I thought he should have taken the three at the top. He had enough space to be able to.
James, he keeps on rolling. Rebound tipped and poked out. Knueppel with another effort. Shot clock's down to 2. He's got to heave it up there. And it got off the backboard, not to the iron.
5. Man, that's a big number, Ravi, to overcome. Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that NCAA tournament.
Playbook advantage just showed everybody nationally as the Duke Blue Devils, number 2 in the country, undefeated in the ACC, and a three-pointer on target by Knueppel, the 6'7" freshman. Flag scoring 22 a game in their 5 road victories. Shot clock again to 3 as Knueppel launches way downtown, and no, he's been cold lately.
Yeah, good. Number 1.
Duke knocking on their door.
I think so.
Knocking loudly on their door. Knueppel inside. Denied. And a good shutdown there by Wake. They need a lot of those. 2013, the number 2 team in the country, up 7. Here's Knueppel to launch, but too strong. His last.
Well, there's some 4 sports guys. They're just not that good.
Not very good in any of them, really. Yeah. Shot clock down to 10. Knueppel's open from the corner and got a great look for the 3.
Yeah, that had.
Flag downstairs, back out. Knueppel, yes, nothing but net.
That was just great execution. Set a little baseline.
Flag gives up the dribble. Knueppel stepping in the lane, banks in 2. And Shire wants a timeout.
Listen to people, it's a bad shot, whatever. It went in, it was a good look.
Reed his second foul. Knueppel can't drain that one.
Still like.
On the drive, Knueppel. He gets knocked to the deck. The follow, that one. 1 for 17 and 4 turnovers. Duke trying to pull it together. Knueppel on the baseline, going in strong and denied by Reed. He shut him down. Yeah, just 1 for 12 from three-point land in the second half for the Blue Devils. Knueppel wants to get closer and drops in 2.
They have the ability to do that. You're not going to get as much.
Don't miss, couldn't get it.
And
Duke on the run.
Numbers for the Blue Devils.
Knueppel blocked. Hastings got up high.
21st birthday, another good look for Knueppel. Unable to get it to go, but his own offensive rebound.
Tough sledding for him, and that one's going to be swatted away by McFarland. Lively, too, thanks to the outstanding effort by the students. Taken away here by Cooper Flag. Bouncing for Knueppel and a triple. Just hasn't been his night.
No, it hasn't been. And I'm sure John Shire trying to get him to build some confidence. Knueppel with 0 points has not made a field goal and still scoreless.
Atónito, como también en el radar de una buena cantidad de equipos de la NBA. Todavía con poco menos de 10 segundos desde la esquina, el pase en corto, la bandeja, atacando la pintura y solos en posesión de balones. Del lado de Miami, mucha atención sobre Matthew Cleveland, el número 0, jugador de 4º año, que ya lo vimos con una asistencia desde la esquina, el primero de la noche para ahora con esa media vuelta y otra vez con posesiones de balón de 10 o 12 segundos, no más. Lo que está prevaleciendo en el juego de Miami. Doug Alex animándose un poco más a tirar de larga distancia.
Para complicarle la existencia ahí en el disparo a Matthew Cleveland.
Sí. Que ya lo destacamos, el líder anotador de puntos por partido para este equipo. Llegó otra vez el triple. Otro de 7 para la escuadra de Duke en ese departamento. Y otra vez la transición rápida no le funciona a Miami. Cooper Flag con el pase rápido. Va por 3 y anótale 5 de 8. Que sigue.
Esa visión periférica para encontrar el espacio, entre encontrar a sus compañeros y lograr ya sea 2 unidades o 3 unidades.
En este momento está en la banca Cooper Flag. Pero no me sorprende.
Sobre todo que se les da la oportunidad y, como dices, mostrar ese talento y, bueno, también parte de la oportunidad de la educación. Y bueno,
No hay forma de detener a la ofensiva. Ahorita Duke está preocupado con Matthew Cleveland, pero deben de aprovechar a Link Kidd para lograr, y a Jalen Blackmon, que también lo vimos al inicio del partido trabajando bien. Pero qué disparo.
Puso más tiempo en la posesión. Otra vez de regreso Cooper Flagg tratando de abrir el espacio. Cooper Flagg va por 3. Una vez más se queda corto con Knueppel. Con el cambio de manos, pero bien defendido. El hombre que aparece en el rebote es Kamana Malone.
Sí, tú hablabas hace un momento de Link Kidd. Hasta ahorita lo que ha logrado este chico son 14 unidades.
Allá va, de a poco, John Shire. Hoy con apenas 37 años. Cooper Flagg en corto. Se va a animar desde la larga distancia y adentro con el triple.
Everything's contested, Dan. Duke does just a great job of contesting shots.
Positional length. They average about 6'7", 1 through 5, as Knueppel misses the 3, and that is
But he shot 46% from 3 last year at Purdue, playing with Zach Edey, mostly catch and shoot. But he's a career 40% shooter.
Speaking of catch and shoot, there the head coach of the Irish in his second year in South Bend, and has had a really interesting coaching journey. Was at Butler under Brad Stevens, was at Purdue under Matt Painter, as Knueppel knocked the rebound for Duke.
Well, Duke is doing a really good job on the defensive glass. All 5 guys are staying to rebound before they go down court.
Knueppel short on the 3, Irish ball.
A chicken wing came out. Those kind of things can wind up as offensive fouls.
Now Knueppel trying to back down Alako, and he lays it in.
Duke just playing bully ball right now when they get a matchup.
Flagg to James. Back to Flagg, 5 to shoot. Knueppel will launch a 3, and the rebound to Alako.
That's type of defense. You know, Duke is an extraordinarily good defensive team, and look what they did to Pitt the other day. I mean, this team can really guard, but you know, they're competitive.
4 for 6 from 3, and he scored 19 points in this game.
No, he's done really well, but it's been a difficult task to go up against this defense.
Just a sophomore, he comes down with a rebound.
Coach K, I'm sure it's something he talked to his team about, was surviving and taking that first punch and responding.
Knueppel bottled up inside, got the shot up, but it clangs off the iron. Coach K actually said
right there, so he's always going to be a young man to me, even though he's getting, you know, wise in his years.
Low harassed on the scoop, that won't go. Straight on Knueppel, got a good look, that won't drop. To push the tempo, Austin knocked away from him. Knueppel, good look. Around and out. He could have asked for much more than that.
No, Knueppel's got him.
He was really snubbed by the NCAA selection committee last year. But you want to make sure you get in, come to Duke and win a game, right? In January. Knueppel off the iron. Oh, knocked away, but count that basket. Remember, Flagg on the bench with 2 fouls. Knueppel, long range, got it. He buries a 3.
You can't continue to allow him to have, is the first ever point guard to be drafted #1 in the NBA as Knueppel gets a look, knocks down his second.
Looking for some movement. Proctor thought about it. The drive and kick. Knueppel, yes, another triple.
What are you going to do when you get back on the floor?
Trying to operate. So many skills. Knueppel can't connect. One and done on that possession for Duke.
Him to be aggressive to have success here on the road.
You're right. If it's going to happen for Pitt, they're going to come back. Their guards are going to lead it. Knueppel down the lane. Nice adjustment to lay it in.
Great job by Knueppel. Recognized
shooting team, but they had not run into Duke yet. Flagg will flip it. James.
We've got an issue. Zach Austin. Zach Austin looking.
Yes.
Hard night in the NBA.
Like it's trying to continue to cut in and a block. Malawach got up there high. Pitt got back quickly to recover, and this is going the other way. James, shot clock inside 5. Left it short. Knueppel.
He did. No, he didn't.
That went over the top of the backboard. It's an illegal shot.
We watched Larry Bird.
And the rebound for Duke racing the other way.
What a move by Proctor. Finds the open man. Knueppel, bang from the corner.
And Tom, we talk about how good Duke is defense.
Knueppel again from three. Not there. He's a 34% shooter from three-point. Knueppel, too strong, and now SMU with a chance to tie or even take the lead. There is Knueppel. He had 7 assists in the first half. That's a strong move.
Nice move, and again, Knueppel, you wouldn't know it unless you right wrist. But you're going to find some way if you're SMU to be able to get some stops.
In the corner, bang!
And recognition by Brown.
And Flag with a rebound for the Devils, under 13 in the corner, and no good.
Not a clean look.
Knueppel once more for three.
Bam.
And bingo.
And you saw Aquendo try to pass under the screen. Need a little bit more of that.
15-point game. And Knueppel again for three, and off the iron, and the rebound to the Mustangs with work to do. I didn't think Harris was doing anything to try and trip Flag. Here's Knueppel, and no good. 71-50. Little forearm shiver there on Flag. And Knueppel trying to go with the left hand and lays it in. He'll go to the line.
And that's another guy that we've talked about.
Johnson had it blocked. Malawatch. Sion James in transition. Skips. Knueppel 3-ball. Rimmed off. Poteet the rebound.
Now you won't see.
We're still 2-2 and almost 4 minutes in. Blue Devils are 1 of 4. The Hokies 0 for 3, and Knueppel the miss. He has shot the ball very well. Duke is at 31%. And Virginia Tech at 40%. They've hit one more field goal. There's a long miss by the Blue Devils. Proctor now. Devils. Gungba out front against Wessler. Here's Flag on the catch. Knueppel straight away. First points for the Milwaukee. Wessler had it. Evans ripped it away. Here goes Proctor. Knueppel, 3 away. Nope, front rim miss, and Brown collects.
Didn't really have his feet set.
And he's getting his sea legs here in his second ACC game, it feels like. Knueppel on the final play of the half, at the foul line. Got it. 5 for Knueppel.
And he just hadn't had any luck at all tonight.
Nope. Guys in white have something to do with that, too. Here's Knueppel out of the corner. Hammond, the carom. Field goal. Knueppel on the drive. Fell off the rim. Proctor.
He has such good instincts.
On the drive. Knueppel and 1. Rattled out for him. Here's Flag. Knueppel will try one for you, Dan.
Mistake, and Georgia Tech took advantage of it.
Duke team 9-2, 5 wins in a row. Knueppel hoping to get him going from 3. Come on, Malawatch on the offensive goal.
That's what he does. He takes it and goes.
Knueppel, good look. And good for 3.
That's a big shot. They need to get him going, the defender. And that was a big-time move for a freshman.
Freshman out of the Overtime Elite program, which is just a couple of minutes from here. Knueppel hits his second 3.
And a good score.
Teams are just playing zone because you're here.
They must have. I think they feel I need it or something. I need to look. Uh-oh, here it is. And I thought he was going to make that. He's on it. Look at his first hit.
You know it's recorded.
I
now.
I know.
Go back and hear it.
It's out there.
Just between you, me, and the millions of people watching.
Yeah,
Knueppel with a 3, his third.
That's what
65%, 50% from 3. Knueppel, turnaround, too strong. And Georgia Tech goes left it short. Knueppel.
Big time. That's what they need from him. He's
waiting for it. Ibrahima Suare, the redshirt freshman, ends a 6-minute scoring drought in a 14-0 run. And then Knueppel answers with 3 more.
exceptional defensive team. They make it hard for you. Nice play.
Knueppel with a takeaway, and Knueppel will finish. Chris Carrawell, Duke's associate head coach, said he could score 6 points and be the best player on the floor.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Nice drive by Knueppel, give him 18.
Yeah. Give him a flag.
So people, what they'll take out of this game, the aggregators will say, Jim Boeheim says Cooper Flagg better than Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant in college.
Not really. He does more things, is what.
Flagg, extra pass. Knueppel a 3. And the rebound, Braden O'Connor.
Put some points on the board, and even though he's a pretty good three-point shooter, I think what you saw right there is the best part of his game. That's not necessarily a really good idea. He's now 0 for 7 shooting threes this year. But the problem is you set the standard in November and December, and then it's hard for teams to recover.
Knueppel goes right around O'Connor. Giving up offensive rebounds this year. Knueppel left open. There's Brown again, winning. Knueppel. Into the chest of Anderson, puts it in. It's in a fadeaway. Rebound Knueppel. 3 seconds. Knueppel. 5, and he left it off the front end. Behind the play, numbers for the Blue Devils.
And that's how you shoot 20%. You take tough shots. And there's Knueppel. That's just a great play.
That's to start.
Early touch for Flagg. Knueppel off and running. Partially rejected inside. And a turnover.
UIW has been able to score. They can set up this half-court 1-3-1, and they stay in it for the possession.
Corner triple. Knueppel connects.
When they don't have a transition opportunity, John Shire calls it neutral when there's no advantage, and then they run their stuff. And look at that wide open Knueppel.
Off the mark, and the rebound pops out to Fulton.
Also, his mom Kelly can provide as well, because she's a baller and she understands it.
Last foul's on Pike. Knueppel. Heyman clears.
Well, you go to v.org/Vital raffle, and that's where you can spend $100 for the V Foundation.
Dickie V working.
Well, he's made 13 threes and 2 two-point baskets, so that's a scout right now, right? He did get 10 minutes in the Louisville game. As Knueppel does a great job of setting his feet under his shoulders.
Is giving it.
Knueppel cannot answer.
Fan bases get excited when you fight back against a Duke. And that's part of the hope that I think this fan base is looking for under Pat Kelsey. Good start.
Here comes Cooper Flagg. Gives it up to Knueppel. Through contact, puts it in.
Just their second length and ability to defend the three, and it's funny considering how good Louisville's been from 3 today.
Flagg just staying with it, finds Knueppel.
And the 3 ball has not been there for Duke now. Just at Cooley, they will be a much, much better program. It's a matter of time.
Year 2 under Cooley, a little bit more firepower in DC on that roster. Knueppel off the back iron. Terrence Edwards pushing. Flagg. Extra pass to Knueppel. That is rejected by Waterman. Don Waterman sent away. Sion James recovering. And Knueppel goes right around Smith.
Knueppel's so good he doesn't, and it's that you allow that to happen. I can't roll the dice like that.
Wait, you told your coach what you wanted?
Knueppel comes in for flag and hits one from downtown. It's a 2.
Oh, now I feel badly. And she's probably watching this game.
It's a wonderful jacket, Mom.
Great to be back in Louisville. I'm loving enough to be some. And sometimes made shots can be fool's gold.
In this half, only 2 of 9 from distance. Knueppel with a dagger from downtown. 18-2.
He was impressive. And he's just going to keep getting better. And the more they establish the balance around him with guys like this, good action.
Offensive rebound. Brown lost. Flag. Kick out. Knueppel for 3. Here comes Hadley.
Early. Came back, eventually tied it, but lost by 3 in Vegas last week. And they dug themselves an early hole in this one as well. Knueppel lays it in 13-5. Nice. Dominated by the SEC, but tonight, 2 of the best teams in their respective conferences, 2 of the best teams in the country going toe-to-toe here in Durham.
Boy, Knueppel has not. That was his first.
And the ball in the hands of the 17-year-old freshman, Cooper Flagg. Now Knueppel. Just muscling Baker Mazzara under the bucket, and he lays it in.
And he scores it. Matthew Alexander Moncrief for an early Seattle lead. Foster then into Knueppel. A 3 for Knueppel as Foster went right.
Multiplier when he's out there.
Has he fit the role you expected him to so far?
Yeah, I think so. In spades. And he gives them, he gives them a different look.
Nearly overthrew it for Gillis, who recollects for Duke. As Malawatch back on the floor after the good minutes from Brown. Great vision by Foster, and Knueppel in the corner drains it.
Can he get up to 25? I think that's, a big part of their ceiling as well. He's just, there's nobody like him. The way he blocks shots, his verticality at the basket.
Supposed to go, he's got 8. Duke led by 12 in the half there, plus 12 in the second. Knueppel, he's a shooter.
Duke's gone to their bench. Malik Brown is in. Here's a ball on the floor. Dickinson had it. James retains it. Knueppel's first 3. Around and out. And he is getting banged around right now by a veteran, more physically imposing player. Knueppel drives, lefty, nice little reverse layup and in.
Well, to your point, Ravi, this Duke team's got...
Mason Gillis, the Tulane transfer into the game, 18 in white. Knueppel down, uses the body, hangs, can't get it to go. Dickinson rips it, and he and Brown get tangled.
He's saying, stand still.
Safori in for 30 seconds. He picks up his first foul. Knueppel left open. He missed a 3. Duke cold shooting early. Badunga with the defensive.
Good slip.
Yep. Shooters shoot. Knueppel misses another one. That's 3 in a row he's missed.
That was a great challenge.
Way to put it. Duke inbounds. Cooper Flagg has had a guy in his shirt the entire half. 3 ball misses.
So has Knueppel.
He sure has. Down low, Flagg came over. Is another turnover for Kansas. And a chance for a 2-on-1. Knueppel all the way. Up and over. We're tied.
And that started with Brown. What can he do? Oh, it's 4. It's 5. It's 5. This is 5. Yep.
Knueppel in the paint. Nice play.
Yeah.
And the big-time score comes from a family of score. Oh, good move there by Knueppel, who laid it up. No foul call. Malawatch can't get it. And here comes
a double. Knueppel's going to be the playmaker.
Tough shot. He hangs and hits.
Right out of the box, they go 2-man. See, I'd go back to that 2-man game again.
Knueppel, three. Way down, and it comes back out.
But here we go, same thing. Knueppel to the top, here comes Flag.
That time he is left alone. The three too strong. Proctor had it. It's loose.
Coaching staff really of Duke. Figuring it out. Two-man again. Watch this.
Open. Knueppel a little short. Nice block out by Badunga.
That's good basketball. That's
to inbounds. Here they go. They try to get it to Flag. It's Malawach. He hands Knueppel's three. Oh! Off the back iron, and it don't.
Flag runs it down in the corner. Knueppel for three. Wide left. Offensive rebound to Malik Brown, the former Syracuse.
But he solves a lot of problems out there just through his effort and his energy.
Extra pass. Flag back to James. Knueppel on the wing. Misses the three, and it's Arizona ball.
Rushed it a little obvious.
Flag to Knueppel. Trying to get the shot off. He will, but it won't go for him. Knueppel drives past Love and lays it in.
Boy, Krivas very fortunate he didn't pick up it.
Kept the left foot down. Flag kicks to Knueppel. Puts the brakes on. Had it blocked. Trey Townsend got him. And drives and kicks. Knueppel up, no good. Tipped around, and Knueppel gets it back. Puts it up and hits. And it's a double-digit lead now for the. They normally do. Duke is making Arizona look very un-Arizona-like so far here tonight.
Just one offensive rebound for this Arizona team, a team that averages over 21 offensive. Caleb Love looking at himself going, finally get something to go down.
Malik Brown in for Malawach. Knueppel misses the corner three. Brown the rebound.
Needs a stop here.
Knueppel for three. Wow. Big shot for the freshman from Milwaukee, and it's back.
All afraid out here.
Knueppel again, another big three for Knueppel.
He's a Malawach is okay there. They're looking at something with his shoe or foot. But I actually like this smaller lineup. I really think this was the group that moved the basketball really well. They played with one another well.
Knueppel on one wing, Proctor leaking behind on the other. Foster, Flag, Knueppel, hot potato. And then Malawach crashes the glass. Knueppel will lose change, couldn't finish.
Don't get blocked, don't get blocked. Like, Malawach has that impact, and again, like I said, Mark Williams did a few years back.
Knueppel three, set up once again by Cooper Flag.
Option, and Duke did a good job of recognizing it and find it.
There's Flag, Gillis, Knueppel. And it's not even an easy read.
Word open.
What's your go-to onion?
It depends. I mean, like if it's a sub, I go a hoagie where I'm from.
Por las altísimas expectativas para el jugador de la Monteverde Academy. Flag quería plantarse en el poste bajo, prefiere ceder a su compañero. El disparo de otra vez Andrew Carr demostrando que viene desatado. 4 triples en total, el mismo número de intentos para la Universidad de Kentucky.
Y después la asfixia, seguramente único año como jugador universitario.
Sí, y que ha pasado gente con mucho talento. Hace un par de años Paolo Banchero, por ejemplo. Pero lejos, muy lejos del valor por la imagen. A la pintura. Falló Owe. Va por su propio rebote. Knueppel. En la personal, contra el tablero. Buena canasta para Knueppel. El rebote, Krisa vuelve a fallar. La tabla para Cooper Flag. Se empieza a apagar poco a poco los disparos de los Wildcats.
Difícil de verlo, se agradece, ¿no? Es un bálsamo para aquellos amantes del básquetbol de los 90s como un servidor ver esta clase de ataque a la canasta.
Knueppel tratando de utilizar el acrílico.
Defensivo lo ejecutó a la perfección.
Knueppel, el triple, adentro, el número 7, desde el codo con un... 6 triples en total para Kentucky. Knueppel, otra vez. Quería hacer el efecto espejo, disparar.
Claro, vamos a ver Kentucky cómo reacciona, Miguel. Tienes en Proctor y en Knueppel a dos jugadores que están lanzando para el 50% de triples. No les puedes dar ventanas libres.
Cómo desacelera con Knueppel para...
De la estatura, Miguel, y lo imponente que resulta con el físico, es un jugador bastante dúctil, ¿no? Un jugador muy hábil para su tamaño.
Muy hábil, muy fuerte. Altas para Flag, 12 puntos en su cuenta personal. Y es que tienes a Knueppel capaz de cargar con este equipo. Y aquí lo demuestra con ese jumper. Entonces a la banca para ver cuál es la indicación. A la personal, Knueppel, qué bien, se la zafa ahí Williams. A correr se ha dicho, sí. La canasta para Carr que llega a doble dígito. Knueppel, frena en seco, gira. La canasta en retirada, enorme para...
No digo que se encuentren abajo de los árboles, pero es mucho más fácil encontrar un Knueppel que un Cooper Flag.
De acuerdo. Knueppel falla el triple.
La capacidad de Cooper Flag de asistir desde la torre de control, no de empezar a direccionar la ofensiva desde las alturas.
Zion James entra en el lugar de Malou acá. Zion James. Knueppel sobre Amari Williams. Ahora también una sequía del otro lado. Knueppel. Ahora Proctor. Knueppel, que es un gran tirador, va para adentro, reta a Carr. No hay silbatazo.
Miguel, en los últimos minutos se ha convertido en el juego de Cooper Flag contra los Wildcats.
Momento para que entre Knueppel a este partido y lo bajan. Ortega Owen. De oreja a oreja, partido de un solo punto.
Y Knueppel tiene que aparecer, hace rato que no lo hace y aquí le bloquea el triple. Muy placentera para el staff de coach de Kentucky.
No, y súmale que Owe le gana el rebote a Cooper Flag en esta última.
Ball first and Caleb Foster, their sophomore point guard from Harrisburg, North Carolina. Knueppel denied. Right there to clean it up. Come on, Malawat. And as Chris mentioned, 2 years ago, he was first team all-conference in the Patriot. Took last year off, and they were so happy to get him back with the program in August. Ball knocked out of bounds. Knueppel, as though he heard me say he had yet to score. Knueppel, Flag and Brown who sets a screen. Foster. Back tap. Knueppel. Way off the mark. Nearly tracks down his own into the lane. Rising up, can't get the roll. Malawat keeps it alive. Again, the Blue Devils having a huge advantage on the offensive glass so far tonight. It turns into another three, this time off the fingers of... Knueppel step back three. His third three's got 9 points. Proctor trying to extend his own personal 9-0 run. Knueppel no. Isaiah Caldwell, the senior.
When it came to defending the basketball and keeping it in front.
Cooper Flag also takes a seat on the bench. Malawat. Knueppel, who puts up the three and hits it. Out there with Proctor. Gillum. Knueppel into the lane. Tough finish. And he'll have a chance for three. Keelan steal of the Black Bears. Tell you what, Knueppel, from the moment he showed up in June on campus, has shown.
Just keeping possessions alive. Offensive rebound on the last possession there. A broken play. They're able to scoop up. threes last year on a very good App State team.
Long rebound comes to Knueppel, who attacks. 6 quick points for the freshman from Milwaukee.
There's a foul that led
rimmed out. The fact that Christopher Mantis got another open three will not please the Duke coaching staff. That was a big part of the scout earlier today. Knueppel, as a Blue Devil, come for the free throw line, and there is the defensive menace that is Malik Brown. Knueppel, count the basket and one, a chance for 4.
He's all over the place, all over the offensive glass, setting screens high and blocking shots on the other end.
Terrific ball movement to find Knueppel open in that mount. Knueppel, Malawach, Proctor, Flag attacks. Knueppel into the lane. Talk about patience in the lane. He's got that as well.
Well, and I'm surprised he didn't shoot it because he would.
Flag works to the baseline. Finds Knueppel in the opposite corner for 3.
It's a great pass from Flag.
Anywhere. Watch to see if the Duke football team can come up with its 7th win of the year and how they deal with the terrific freshman quarterback of the Wolfpack, C.J. Bailey. Multiple play continues after the miss by Revon Tudich. Knueppel comes to a stop and banks it in.
You know, and Knueppel was the help. Knueppel has been coached hard, and you see the result.
Here goes Knueppel. Goes to the right hand. He's now got 22 points. It's back from their loss to SMU. Flag drive and dish. Knueppel. No. Number 2. And the North Carolina field hockey team, number 2 in the country. You'll get a chance to see them in their ACC tournament play. Knueppel gets his own miss. And he'll bring it back out a little more than 5.
They know how to really go out and get players. The key is getting quality transfers if you're going to get them.
Knueppel grabbing the miss. Proctor got hit with a foul.
And you and Quarry, you do 7 games here. I have great respect and admiration for it.
Hepburn with a misfire in close. Knueppel comes away with a loose ball. And now it's Duke with the big mo. Edwards trying to bring back a recovery here for the Cardinals. A long one on the way and too strong by Ruths. Knueppel on Hepburn. 1-on-1.
Located that left shoulder. Cooper Flag going into the NCAA tournament will not be 100% healthy. I believe the team that wins the NCAA tournament is the healthiest team down the street.
The John Wooden Award, and I'll tell you this, unbelievable. I will tell you, Coach K is the greatest coach I've ever seen in college basketball.
And that's why I think with John Shaw.
Inside that painted area, Duke doing a great job shutting it off, but this is one of the guys that really hasn't been able to get going. Waterman, who knocked down a 3 early.
Comes out high for Hepburn. Edwards wants to push it. Can't connect. He hasn't missed many tonight.
You know what I love about Malawich?
Powell gets it up. That won't drop. Knueppel with the rebound.
And give Isaiah Evans credit for doing the job defensively. That's the reason he didn't
game by the throat. 3-second difference, shot and game clock, and airmailed. And enough time to get off a decent shot here for Knueppel. He'll shovel that to Davis. Working around Gillis, another floater, but no this time.
Great examples of both throughout this game. I know Jay Lucas is watching in sunny South Florida, smiling, seeing his guys go to work.
So here in Charlotte, Proctor off a terrific fake. Flag around the back. Proctor lifts and too strong.
But look at Knueppel coming in from out of nowhere to come up with the offensive rebound.
Three-pointers, that has been without Malik and Cooper Flag on the floor. So when I was in the back, being able to listen in on their locker room, this is a team that sounded like they actually had a 10-point lead. They have not lost their enthusiasm.
Bracketologist has them in the tournament. On the switch yesterday after a big win. Around and out, Knueppel with the board. And another opportunity for Duke, leading 34-31 without Cooper Flag and Malik Brown. A block by Powell, but it comes free to Gillis. Here's Proctor. In the corner, James again. Knueppel flying in for the rebound.
Smart play by Knueppel. Nothing going.
7 Duke. But Terry at the line. He makes 72%.
Ndongo averaged a double-double in ACC play, OB. He really got so much.
Doe back out to Jackson. The crossover on Proctor. The step back. And the rebound to Knueppel.
Carolina trying to make individual offensive plays the last couple of times.
Withers defended by Knueppel. Withers goes right at him. Tipped away by Foster. And it's Duke ball.
Now Duke with an advantage. Withers behind the play.
James to the paint. Scooping it up, no. Down he goes. Great job by Knueppel to get to the loose ball. Flag on Hill. Knueppel to the paint. Proctor's open. Knueppel kept out alive. James will drive, take the hit, went for the lay-in.
Made 6 and changed that game here where the Blue Devils beat the #1 team in Cameron.
In traffic. No chance on that one. Knueppel on the open floor. And a good job by Fredrickson. Proctor off the inbounds. Can't sink it. Knueppel going for the loose ball. Corrals that. Loose ball. Going to be hitting the deck. Evans not going to wait around. Knueppel with the rebound. Back up for 2.
Oh, Gillis tees up a 3. It bounds away. Look at Malowacz fight for it. They go to the deck. Here's Knueppel sitting on the basketball. Saves it to Gillis. And Evans thought about it. Tyrese Proctor. No Malik Brown for Duke. No Malik Ewan for Florida State tonight. Too strong off the hand of Watkins. 3 ball. Nope. How about Harris from the front wing? Nope. How about a third crack with Knueppel? Maybe something a little closer. Nope. Back for Evans 3. Yes. Left side for Evans. Tees up a 3. Spins out on it. Isaiah Evans. Knueppel saves it. Malowacz fouled on the deck by Ball.
Handling it against pressure. Seeing the help come over.
And Nitu just had it rejected by Flag. Here's Knueppel weaving around Jerry.
Questionable with the ball right now. Finds A.J. Staten McCray. And his 3-pointer off the rim will not go. Grabbed by Knueppel and down the floor. Comes Duke with a starting 5.
That's a great responsibility that I don't think we really appreciate.
Johnson and Malowacz fighting for his own miss. Tripped away by Knueppel. And Johnson's whistled for the foul. Your good defense versus actual fouls is the follow-up question. Johnson 3. And Knueppel with a rebound. Duke 99 points a game in the last 3. On pace for
in a different category because he does a little bit of everything. But I'm talking about leading scorers.
Staten McCray wrapped it around for a bad miss by Bethea. Flag driving 4 minutes. Started the game 0 for 17. Evans 3. And a rare miss. Just his second of the game from 3. Knueppel cleans it up and gets fouled.
What do you think about
those? Are the ones you have to finish against this Duke team. You're not going to get a lot of those easy looks.
Proctor downtown. Off the heel. Long rebound. Knueppel. New shot clock. Dukies. Knueppel with 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Yakuchonis. Humrickhouse deep. 0 for 10 from the 3-point line for Illinois. Out of bounds and will head the other way.
Well, go back to Duke.
Slipping. Now posted. Inside. Extra pivot. Knueppel with the rebound. New shot clock. Rising fire. Proctor the inbounder. Dunbar. drives. Jump hook. In and out. Batted around. Knueppel. And he will go to the line.
Knueppel has been kind of chilly. Last couple of games, he has not broken double figures. He's going to drive it. It's off the iron. Grabs his own miss. And before the shot, he will draw the foul. The hoop. Knueppel off the dribble. Trying to lean in and use that window. Won't drop. The rebound tipped right to him. Misses again, but the stop by Brown cleans on his status tonight. Here's Buchanan getting inside, but can't finish that.
And Buchanan has to dunk that one, Obi. We saw him drop the hammer earlier in the game. He's a freshman. In road games, true road games in ACC play, there are signs in the building talking about these guys and the way that they've shown up and been productive already. You mentioned Cooper with a double-double and Louisville and beat them back-to-back before coming here on Tony Bennett Day, which was announced February the 8th in the state of Virginia will be Tony Bennett Day. Georgia Tech came in and lost to the Hoos.
Knueppel takes a tumble. Got it out of there somehow. Here's Foster. And he grabs another rebound. Knueppel with another board.
And adds another dangerous weapon for the Blue Devils.
Saunders trying to answer, can't. Knueppel, nice save there on the baseline. He's had a particularly good game.
He really.
A 2 or 3 point a game guy for Duke. He was on some great teams here. His runner will be off target. He's already come back east and shocked North Carolina in an ACC game. He's done all right from 3-point territory. They made 7 of them. Here's Flagg to try one, but too strong. Knueppel with the rebound. Proctor back for Flagg.
Of course, we talked about the mothers. We don't need to talk about their dad, because we know we've talked about him more than enough.
Likes to pull up, pop, won't drop, and Knueppel with the weak side rebound. Flagg lost the handle on that. Malawach collects it, though. Here's Knueppel open. Hustling for his own miss. Got airborne. A great job there to deflect it right off a stint.
Thing sent money home from parents or to the school back home.
Second is short. So it's 33-20.
Here for Duke.
Bears with the ball to start second half. Here's Stojakovic to work off the baseline. Knueppel the rebound. On the South Sudan Olympic team last summer in the Olympics, and got to tell you, that group was competitive in the bracket that the U.S. finally won the gold with.
Yeah, they gave the U.S. everything.
He can beat you with the 3, he can beat you on the drive, and he plays with such competitive desire.
He absolutely does, Coach. And when you consider you couple that shooting alongside a playmaker like Cooper Flagg, because I'm not sure who's at 3 right now.
Jones got an open look. That won't drop. And Knueppel with the rebound.
But we're certain that Duke and Auburn have been that call as well. Make sure to tell me to tell you hello throughout this day as I left him this morning. Wanted to make sure he sends his best wishes to you on your return.
I appreciate that. Hey, UB Brown, they're going to have a fair one.
For this team. Now, whether that translates to them winning a championship, we will see.
6-4 lead off the free throws by Knueppel. A rainbow 3 by Lucas Taylor. Grabbed by Knueppel. Duke has done well on the defensive glass so far. Well, they're going to have to get it all the way down the court here. Starling hustling down. Starling off the front of the rim. Pressure by Duke made it difficult.
Cooper Flagg desde la línea de tiros libres. Elliot Cadó. Buen movimiento, se queda corto. Ahora Knueppel en la transición ofensiva. El disparo de 3. El pivoteo para Van Allen Lubin. No permite ni un resquicio. Tapa doble. Cooper Flagg por delante. Ahora toma el balón. Viene en la transición. Porque Duke está jugando a altísima intensidad. Ian Jackson falla. El balón ya le queda a Cooper Flagg, que ahora pide un respiro y pide 4 contra 4. Flagg se quedó en el piso. El tiro de Davis no llega. No tiene. Yo lo veo difícil, ¿eh? Este tiro es desastroso. Powell había hecho una buena jugada. Kate Tight.
Shots spun it up there, no, and numbers now.
for NC State. Taylor leaning in. Flag got back and defended really well. He kept that from turning into a layup. The steal. Proctor out in front. Proctor lays it up. He can't finish it. Knueppel came in strong and back out. Here's Flag. Well, I give NC State a lot of credit the way they shot the basketball in the first 10 minutes. Can they keep that up? Rebound tapped around. Knueppel gets to it first.
Another offensive rebound for the Blue Devils. The Wolfpack are forcing the Blue Devils to catch the basketball much further out of their comfort zone. Dontrell Styles doing a good job defensively on Cooper Flag, blocking the shot but not finishing the defensive play.
Gets it back downstairs. It's over into the paint. Back out for O'Connell and can't connect. Knueppel. Here's James. James looking for contacts. O'Connell in the corner. Hurd will now drive and scoop, and around and out it goes. Knueppel will draw the foul. 13 seconds left.
Vanderbilt only 5. Man, that's a big number, Ravi, to overcome. Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that NCAA tournament. Just tuning in, trying to figure.
He saw an opening there. Knueppel shut it down. Shot clock to 3. Off the back iron. That won't drop by Harris. Gillis on the run. In for 2.
Staying in this game.
They've only turned it over 7 times. Here's Harris to launch. They've got a good look, too.
Into the right action that he wants to get Cooper Flag the looks he needs.
Hildreth got a look. No. And Duke comes away again. On top, 51-40. They've held one of the great offenses in the country to 56 points to this point. Reed making 1 of 2, so a 6-point game.
Well, at one point we came out of the timeout and said Duke's 2.
Change that. Oh, a strip. Johnson picks him clean. The handoff for Spillers, and he can't connect. Wow. Wake missed a golden opportunity after the turnover.
Are they leading, but they're getting the basketball and the shots that they want to get?
And with another long one. Too strong this time. Well, Earl Grant has done some damage in the ACC tournament twice, surprising.
He's been special, and he's also taken on the challenge of guarding DJ Hand, who hasn't been able to get on track. Well under his average per game for the Eagles.
El arranque de esta segunda mitad y a Matthew Cleveland lo han neutralizado. Cleveland se ha quedado con 0 puntos y ese, ya hablamos que es el líder anotador del equipo.
A dirigir este programa. Ya veremos qué sucede el día de mañana. Por lo pronto, con tiempo. Se queda muy corto con el tiro de larga distancia. Brandon Johnson. Y aquí viene la respuesta.
43% from 3 on the season. Burton, a tough contested turnaround, won't go, and it's down to Duke.
A lot of white shirts going after those rebounds. All 5 guys stand to rebound. He does a really good job of walling up and vertical contesting.
Boy, another great look. Flag will miss this one. Look at the offensive rebound by Knueppel. Proctor misses a 3, and Notre Dame
left and completed the play.
And now a good battle between Flag and Davis. Good defense by Davis. It is loose, and it appears to belong to the Irish. It will be a held ball.
Cleveland Cavaliers 31-4. Big time matchup tomorrow night in the NBA.
Like trying to continue to cut in and a block. Malawach got up there high.
You mentioned his 9'8" standing reach. Well, he didn't have to jump very high to put that one back.
And an excellent season, 18 points a game. It's just been rough sledding for him here tonight. Cormier to misfire. And here come the Blue Devils again with 5 minutes before the end. James, shot clock inside 5. Left it short. Knueppel. He did. That went over the top.
Matchups to work in their favor.
That is a 5th miss from the free throw line in this game.
They need to find a way to be able to get some stops. You've seen as of late, it's been a lot of Cooper Flag, and then they've got to find a way, as you see, Igatulu Missed that one. You got to get back into this game because you're in a dangerous position right now.
Was back in the lineup to start this year, but then 7 games ago was replaced by James. Little forearm shiver there on Flag. And Knueppel.
8 to shoot. Here's Rodney Brown. Rechsteiner. 3 ball too strong. Knueppel the rebound.
Now, if you're Mike Young, you will take that shot every time.
Knueppel back here at the beginning of the half. And here is Shoot, the Duke transfer, and Maligel Poteet missed the bunny. Knueppel the rebound.
I actually thought it hurt Virginia Tech in the first half when Poteet had to go to the bench.
This is now the largest lead for Duke. Powell 3.
He hit that one in the first half when they needed it. Now they really need it. Georgia Tech's having trouble getting a shot, not just making a shot. They're having trouble getting a shot.
Knueppel emerges from the fray here.
Minimum of 9 guys that can play.
Terry driving it on Evans. The freshman holds up well. And Evans running the break ahead of Knueppel. Evans. 10-9.
And you know what? He's big. Sometimes they list guys at 7'2" and they're 7 foot. He's 7'2", I think. I don't think they're cheating on his size.
He has a...
And again, late in the shot clock. Phillips. Long. Knueppel diving for the rebound, but traveled in the process. Gotta love that effort, though.
End of the half, and suddenly you're out of the game.
Johnson a 3. One and done trip again for George Mason. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Johnson a fadeaway. Rebound Knueppel. 3 seconds. Knueppel. O'Connor with 5. Well defended by Knueppel, and just had to throw it up there off the mark.
Knueppel's size, I think, really bothering O'Connor.
Coach K court.
Hand off to Anderson. A step back 3 on the way. Yeah, the slow starts have been a bit of an issue at times this. Shot clock under 5. Robinson heaves one.
Carter Works had some open looks. They haven't been able.
A lot of travel and 3 road games before the start of the new year. Mid-range no, and that was Bailey.
Really good possession. They start with a trap, full court, and they up their.
Hepburn, kick out, open 3. It has been that type of second half for Louisville that could not miss from distance in the first half.
Specialist is saying every time a guy makes a good pass that should allow a teammate to score, but if the teammate misses the shot, not the guy's fault who made the pass. And Shire told us that in terms of Civic. Flag. What a pass. Foster. Look at the offensive rebound by Knueppel.
Early had struggled tonight. Seattle back to the line where the Redhawks have scored now 4 their 10. 1 for 2 for Victor Rajkovic, and a 10-10 back to the days of Elgin Baylor, but there is great tradition they're hoping to rediscover. As Brown misses a 3 for Duke, rebound to Knueppel. Flag will pass up a 3, and we've heard enough about recruiting rankings probably to last a lifetime for this Duke freshman class. Foster was number 24 player in the class last year, very talented young player. Moncrief's shot stood up there.
Flag comes down to help, which leaves Harris open. He penetrates, hangs, and that was good straight-up defense from Brown. Corner 3, Proctor. 7-point game. Harris, no good. Knueppel comes and crashes. Mayo with 5. Right into Flag, gets him off his feet. No good. Loose ball. Knueppel with a board.
You get around in front and get the steal, but that was a really good recovery by Cooper Flag.
KJ Lewis gets inside, can't finish it, and Knueppel down with it for Duke.
And that's what it's going to take for Duke is 5 guys help, and he made 2 great cuts to the basket.
Lewis pulls up, Around and out. Ball is still loose. Now belongs to Duke. And Knueppel is fouled from behind. Krivas of Arizona had 3 fouls. At halftime, they went back and looked at it. There was a little confusion, and apparently a turnover on him was assessed as a foul. Take it off the board. Knueppel up, no good. Tipped around, and Knueppel gets it back. Puts it up and hits. And it's a double digit. They get it in to Krivas here. Now Love. Off the glass, too strong. And over the back goes Krivas to commit the foul. A timeout. 17 as a team. Bryant defended by Proctor. And Bradley had it blocked by Flagg.
Well, Cooper Flagg just makes so many plays.
Bradley off to Love. Misses the 3 in the rebound to Knueppel.
And it's been 1 and out most of this game. Only 5 offensive pressure.
1 of 2 for Vasar. And Knueppel has it for the Blue Devils. Woo. Foster was not expected.
Man, that's on Flagg more than it's on Foster.
Another missed 3. This one short from Tripp as well. You saw the good and the bad from Flagg on display there. Gotten some good looks from 3 Wofford. There's not hitting. Bailey can't connect on an open one. Wofford's 1 for 10. Knueppel went into the table. He gets up late. Top-ranked high school player out of this state of North Carolina from Fayetteville this year. Another miss inside by Jackson Sibbles. Here comes Knueppel.
Communication defensively, not chasing the play too much. I mean, these are good-looking shots, and they just haven't gotten them to go.
Dylan Bailey's 0 for 6 all threes. Here's Evans, who had the last assist. Foster, Flagg, Knueppel, hot potato. And then Malowacz crashes the glass. Knueppel will lose change, couldn't finish.
Originario de Maine. Aquí el disparo de Kerr Kriisa. Rebote para Knueppel. Flagg. Buen balón hacia la pintura. Falló Owe. Va por su propio rebote. Knueppel. En la personal. Imagínate, Fer, solamente un año con Duke e irte campeón nacional. Equipo tienen para pensar en ello.
Sí, seguro que sí.
Flagg pide la pantalla, amaga, frena, el rebote le cae, el triple no se anima. Espera que se recupera Robinson. Solamente un punto para Robinson en el partido. Kriisa, ¿desde dónde? Aborazado un poco el jugador de Estonia.
Great hire last year to get Kevin Kuick here.
Malowacz misses the 3. There's Knueppel ripping the rebound away from Blake Barker. Foster from the Proctor trying to extend his own personal 9-0 run. Knueppel no. 35% he shot a year ago.
I do, as long as they're those types of shots.
Malowacz.
Doesn't have to be spectacular. He's got to be dependable this year for Duke.
Kellen Tynes just inside the three-point line, left it well short. Here's Con Knueppel, who leads all scorers with 50. No whistle. Play continues after the miss by Revon. Field hockey team number 2 in the country. You'll get a chance to see them in their ACC tournament play. Knueppel gets his own miss, and he'll bring it back out. A little more than 5 minutes remaining here on opening night.
Yes, what a job he does to transfer to Tulane. That's a great job.
It's the deck real hard, got it free somehow, and one as James came in to clean it up. Well, his son, who was born back in the middle of February, is named Trey. Here's James. Yes, what an answer.
Nice smooth.
Firing close. Knueppel comes away with a loose ball. And now it's Duke with the big mo.
James with 12 points in this half.
And another triple by Proctor.
And that's what's been a good.
Caleb Foster into the game, the 6'5 sophomore. Trying to get it downstairs. And Washington went for the block, but that's going to be good. Belong in the field.
Cutting the lead to 15. Now the Tar Heels will go to their full court pressure. This is how you have to attack. If teams are going to press you, it's better if you can score. You're going to have to rely on some miscues from the Blue Devils to try to get back into this game.
James will go right to the 10 and lay it in.
And that's a smart play. Whenever you have a 2-on-1, every possession on the offensive end becomes extremely important. Trying to catch up to the Blue Devils.
Knueppel again. Man, do they love to run that play. Those two are Batman and Robin.
They absolutely are. And Superman very hard on that possession.
Knueppel. A feathery pass. Malawach with a little hook for two.
Nice touch by Malawach there. And Obi, I've known this young man for a very long time. And he's as tough as they get. For him to come out. Oh!
Gungba again.
Gungba giving Duke a lift, giving them that threat.
It's not there. Duke to push it. Long one coming and swished in again. It's Isaiah Evans.
We saw Jay
to take the lead. Last time they led it was 6-5. Here it comes from James. Got it. Looks like Jalen Withers, for North Carolina,
yes,
lighten up as a Charlotte guy. One triple after another. Malawach with the slam as Knueppel alley-ooped him.
And those two guys tried to connect on them defensively. Gotta imagine they had a hard-fought win yesterday against Virginia.
Oh, Knueppel again.
But great execution by the Blue Devils against.
Under 4 minutes to go in Charlotte. Knueppel and a slam by Malawach. They are a dynamic duo. George lost it. Knueppel scoops. Malawach slams it down. Duke.
Spectacular block by the diminutive point guard for North Carolina.
Cadeau all of 6-1 with an incredibly impressive defensive play, and Cooper Flagg. Good ball pressure by Trimble. Knueppel into traffic. The kick to Gillis. Got it.
That is a great pass and a terrific job by Mason. But that's the sort of defensive intensity that North Carolina has had and needs to maintain.
Knueppel, nice look. James the finish.
Boy, off that screening action, R.J.
Slim, who had 19 points to lead the Blue Devils against Florida State, running the floor now, could very well have found the opportunity.
James open, got the three.
But Knueppel makes the right play. Zero idea that the shot clock was getting close to the end.
Flagg will drive it, leaning in, takes it, makes the basket. He's headed to the line. Well, we're done.
Only 29% from beyond the three, but makes a big one there. And again, there really hasn't been tremendous separation. However, now this time, Kahn throws it up to Malawach. We all think last night in that win for the Cavaliers over the Portland Trailblazers in overtime.
Flagg sizes one up, and yes, knocks down a three, give him 20.
To go in the opening frame. Duke, by the way, has missed their last 9 shots from the floor. Gillis tries to snap the streak and does. 5 in a row from Mason Gillis.
That's a terrific.
Harris from the front wing. Nope. How about a third crack with Knueppel? Maybe something a little closer. Nope. Back for Evans 3. Yes, sir.
I'm a big believer in second chances.
Davis, that got blocked by Gungba. And here's Gillis. Knueppel. Back for Gillis, a 3 in the run. Yes. 8 for Mason Gillis.
And then they've attacked. And I like his aggressiveness, but Isaiah Evans gets to the middle of the floor, and Gungba,
There's Evans, a layup.
When it rains, it pours.
In the win at Coral Gables. Here's
Look at
Knueppel.
Watkins. I mean, his defensive ability has stood out, but what a play! Some interior post passing, and then Malawacz just wipes it all away.
7-2 eraser. Evans.
Oh boy.
Wow. Isaiah Evans with a look. Knueppel down to Flag. Back to Knueppel. Driving. Malawacz. He'll finish. 4 of the 5 Duke players touched the ball on that possession.
Once in their 3 losses this season. Knueppel, top of the arc. Proctor, dribble drive down the lane on the skip and rattled it in.
Better close out that time by the freshman Will Riley.
Get from the 3-point line.
And of those 9 shots, Gus, Illinois, probably 5 of those shots were clean looks, not able to make it.
Knueppel with the lob to Malawacz, who pounds it down.
Knueppel. He's got Rhodey on him. Down on that baseline. Nice pass and the stuff by James.
But how about the cut we see on James? Well,
Going to have to do a great job taking away the 3 ball from Duke.
Well, he's absolutely capable, Dickie V, of having a fantastic game. But you see the Blue Devils going inside early. OB, we've seen that a lot with like that, going from Malawacz with the block, turning into points on the other end with an advantage.
Big
Are
guy
you
with
serious?
the swat. Here's James from the corner.
Here come the Dukies. Here come the
Duke by 7. Knueppel will pull up. Oh, look at the shot over Dort. Malawacz fights for the offensive chance. Gillis a 3. Got it.
Mason. Flag had Hunter on his hip. He gives it up for Knueppel to the baseline. What a nice pass. And up and in for 2 by Malik Brown.
Tell you, Corey, they do an amazing job sharing.
Duke con imprecisiones en el ataque. No ha sido precisamente lo más fino para arrancar el juego. Cooper Flag. El triple que llega finalmente desde un costado.
Nadie está gritando de borracho.
Sí, es para ser pues más concretos y me parece que está muy bien. Otro triple. Llega a este tan fuerte. RJ Davis, son 20 de diferencia. La pantalla es impecable y después el alley-oop. ¡Qué desarrollo de jugada! Américo, obviamente, con el gran momento y la época que se ha vivido ahí con los Huskies. Pero ahora está acá con los Blue Devils y no ha fallado. No se ha quedado con...
Tira el triple.
Ataca Zion James. La volcada para...
Shot clock to 3. Off the back iron. That won't drop by Harris. Gillis on the run. In for 2.
Those are the ones you have to eliminate.
Times they've played in this building. It's a 17-1 run. Flag. Got it. And that'll quiet the crowd temporarily as he hits a 3.
Playmaking type of play. That makes sense to somebody out there.
Johnson's 3rd foul. Flag will fire this one and knock it down.
Tough spot. I mean, that's just an ISO spot on the floor.
When they were the #1 team in the country.
Knueppel gives it up for Proctor on the drive, trying to slither inside for 2 and a quick strike for Duke to open up the second half.
And Tyrese Proctor's been a difference maker. He's also...
De manera sensacional defendiendo en esa zona. Y aquí está Knueppel tratando de abrir el espacio. Bueno, parecía falta sin balón. No hay silbatazo. Bien el disparo de 3 y adentro con el triple. La líder y lo sabe. En la última, una equivocación de parte de Isaiah Evans. De cualquier manera, Duke tiene la posesión otra vez colgándose desde el aro. Camán malo. Qué bien lo... Veremos qué sucede el día de mañana. Por lo pronto, con tiempo. Se queda muy corto con el tiro de larga distancia. Brandon Johnson. Y aquí viene la respuesta. Con puntos en transición, Isaiah Evans. Reapareciendo.
A lot of white shirts going after those rebounds. All 5 guys stand to rebound before they leave.
And Burton listed at 6 foot, might be closer to 5'10", dealing with a lot of size. Flag for 3. Got around him, but can't hit it. Blue Devils in transition. Pass. James for 3. And what a start for Duke. 9-point lead for Duke. It took the Irish more than 4 minutes to score in this game. This is Patrick Gumba into the game because Brown has gone to the locker room. Ejected by Malawacz. Flag for 3. His his 4th of the game, and the lead is up to a...
Hello, sir. That's fantastic. Call me sir.
Flag. Knocks down the 12-footer from the baseline. He's got 36.
Once again, Duke collapsing in that paint. On the wing, Proctor. Got it. From 3-point line.
First time he's been in a big-time matchup against a top 10 team. Freshman from Turkey. And there's the alley-oop.
Good penetration by Knueppel. He realized that he dragged you team. They have shown flashes of being able to hang in there. They're still going to be a formidable team in this ACC. As you see another lob by Knueppel to Malawach at the rim.
At 32.5%. Knueppel will drive it this time into Malik Brown, creating space and finishing with the left.
He finishes left better than right. He uses his left hand.
From Dongo. Knueppel had Evans for a moment. Now Evans will shoot it, and Evans will hit it. Lead for Duke.
Yeah, Duke's got to get back in control of the game, and they kind of lost it.
That'll help. Knueppel for Malawach, a slam to start the second.
Guys have a good year, good start. It's not easy to be a lottery pick. Another nice pass. 2 good plays and a good pull-up. Really good.
400th game on staff today, John Shire. And Duke with him on staff, obviously under Mike Krzyzewski for most of those years. 308 and 91. They're going to be 309, it looks like. And
Bailey, contested mid-range. Here's Knueppel. Giant lead. Malawach the finish. And a time.
If you're thinking about comparisons, I kind of compare them to Kentucky, the Anthony Davis team, where they were incredibly young and talented, but they were unselfish, and that's what made them so good. Tyrese Proctor is having an stabilize and then inject hope into this fan base.
Under 10 to shoot. And that stops a 3-minute scoring drought on the main. Flag up and under.
It's a really tough finish.
Flag on the ground after contact. Knueppel trapped. Finds flag for 3. Bang! Might that be...
And then have the willingness to take the chance to make that play.
Knueppel inside to Brown. Feet were moving a little bit, but he got the bucket to go.
I don't really want to have to validate that point, but I think people get what I'm saying.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Here's Flag.
There he is.
First time on the floor in 5 minutes. Makes his first shot.
Auburn. Broom on the bench for the moment for Auburn. Flag on the bench for the moment for Duke. You talk about an open look. Isaiah Evans. And here comes Knueppel. Kicks it out. Evans again. Hits again. Jones, little stop and go. Lost it. 2-on-1. Knueppel. James. And the finish.
Which John Shire said, we're good. We can live with that. Those are eventually going to go.
Yeah, 0 for 8 3, but he was happy with the way it looks, and he also loves what Knueppel can do as a distributor. Feeding penetrates, hangs, and that was good straight-up defense from Brown. Corner 3, Proctor. Got it! 7 points. Nice good work. Yep. Going Duke's way right now. Those loose balls are staying with them. Well, they're also adjustment midair on that pass. He was looking at Malawach. And the 3 from the corner right in front of the bench. That one will fall for 5 because Knueppel's a threat. He's open. And he knocked it down. It's not been his strength. He shot about 20. Good kick and a good three. Proctor buries it in front of the Duke bench.
That has been a same play now. Here comes Flagg. Two-man pick and roll.
The roll. Oh! Right over Badunga. Cooper Flagg. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're way out top. Here's Flagg. There's a flush. Nice job by Knueppel, who picks up another assist. They have Malawatch. He grabs it and he throws it down.
Great job. Kansas needed to rotate quicker, but it's hard.
Knueppel driving on a walk. Nice kick to Flagg. A three for Flagg, and he's got 19 points.
And they just can't corral the defensive board. Great rebound by Malik Brown.
13th offensive rebound for Duke tonight. Flagg knocks down the turnaround. His big nut. Picked up his dribble, needs some help, and finds Proctor. Good look by Knueppel to Flagg. Up and in. Another bucket for Cooper Flagg.
He thought he might.
12.3 per game leading scorer for Wofford. Terriers 3 for 15 early. Here's Malawatch on the roll and finish from Knueppel. Another assist by another player. So Knueppel got up quickly enough to want the ball on the other wing. Con Knueppel, who has opened eyes early in the season, sets up James for three. Everything going for Duke. 5 for 9 from deep. The only Duke player who's played yet to score. 9 of the 10 have a point for Duke. On the roll, Malawatch finishes again. Come on, Malawatch with 9. Con Knueppel's got 3.
One of the, I think the more you get into it, the more you understand, the more you appreciate.
Gillis gets a good look from Knueppel. Mason Gillis is the 10th Duke player to score.
Muy fuerte, pero no hay nada de cuidado. El balón lo recoge ahora el propio Knueppel. Después de la pérdida de balón viene Cooper Flagg. Ataca la canasta. Qué manera de correr la duela Cooper Flagg. Lamont Butler, este jugador que estuvo 3 años en San Diego State, ¿se acuerdan? Llegando a unas finales en el torneo nacional, y la retacada de Malawatch. Espera la cortina. Se bota Flagg. El movimiento que quería. Contra el tablero. El giro es centellante para Cooper Flagg.
Foul came on Lachkowski. Number 32 came in after the strip away. Flagg. Yes! 7 for the freshman.
Malawatch in 2 different types of ball screens there, just doing a masterful job. He switched, then he was in drop.
Gillis from Knueppel. His game was tied at 6. Duke went on a run and has maintained a double-figure lead for the most of the rest of this game. Malawatch will head to the line. How hard it is to play at this level, especially when you have classed up. Foster rattles home a 3. Largest lead of the night for the Blue Devils.
By Knueppel. Knueppel coming off a couple of strong performances here at 28 in Duke's first game in the tournament, but a turnover. And on the run, they'll fire it out. And
they took so many players. He scores in traffic. And Edwards has been the answer for the Cards throughout this game.
That's going to be an offensive on Knueppel.
Game and game planning without Cooper on the defensive end is where he'll be missed. And we've seen it on the last couple of possessions where the Tar Heels have got easy buckets.
Knueppel had it knocked away, pull up Pop Davis. He took about 4 minutes.
So now Hubert Davis is going crazy because apparently Patrick Gumba just hit Jalen Washington in the face. I don't know if there was contact.
Going beyond this game, Coach Shire, sorry, a little tie up there. I'm going to give it back to LB.
Yeah, scrap on the deck here, and the officials will separate them with Knueppel down on his back in the middle of it.
The second 3 made by Cadeau. He has all the 3-point field goals for North Carolina. I'm not sure that is by plan, but it's going to be difficult for the Tar Heels. To tremendous amount of time, but Bonzi Wells, of course, former NBA legend with the Portland Trailblazers, veteran, and he has really started to play like Bonzi. Bonzi's been taking a lot of huge performance at Carolina, knocked down 2 threes has yet to be in this game and spell Malawach. You know, Brown was coming back from missing 4 games. And Sion James.
Different story for this Tar Heel program.
Yeah, last season ACC champions. Good steal by Drake Powell.
And the fans loving the effort on defense. Cloud saw the turnover and maybe thought, if anything, maybe Flag fouled him after the fact. Another Duke turnover, though. And Carolina has been aggressive at the defensive end. Well, this is a
loose basketball for a moment. Off another fake. And just threw that one into the backcourt.
And Cameron Hill, violation. Hildreth going down. And it's going to be interesting to see.
And run rough shot over the ACC. Flag off to James. Just got to Knueppel, but he's on the line, and that's a turnover.
Second opportunity, I felt like Cooper Flag should have #1 team in Cameron.
In traffic. No chance on that one. Knueppel on the open floor. And a good job by Fredrickson to step in and lodge it. Not many.
That rebound. Knueppel from James. And Knueppel stepped out of bounds. So Duke turns it over for the 7th time.
I wonder what percentage of time back from somewhat obscurity. I mean, frankly, it felt like a circus there for a while.
Foster just into the game, had it stolen by Ugachukwu with a finish. Freshman in.
Look at the versatility at 6'9". Knueppel leaves his feet, stolen away. Boswell, nice outlet pass. Yakuchonis.
Because they get such great spacing offensively.
But they got great spacing because they've got so many great shooters on the floor.
Knueppel over the top.
That doesn't hurt.
Couldn't get the pass there from Malawach. 49-30.
So he did not have 32 opportunities that year.
Knueppel out of the double. Trying to get it downstairs, intended for Brown, but it never got there. Zachary gives it up for Hunter.
Sion James, Knueppel desde arriba. La cortina de Flag, el balón que pasa por una calle completa. El balón será para los Stars. Transición, Flag frena en seco. Malúak parecía caminar. Knueppel atorado, le roban el balón. Al rescate Malúak, pero
9%. Well, there's been a season-long problem that didn't have a year ago, that's for sure. They had stars last year. Big-time players in the clutch, too. Styles.
Vanderbilt only 5. Man, that's a big number, Ravi, to overcome. Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that NCAA tournament. Just tuning in, trying to figure out, is Vanderbilt the real?
Not been a scoring fest, not by a long shot, but Duke up 28-17. And a travel here on Knueppel as he dragged the foot.
Talking about Knueppel.
Malawach looking for a guard here, gets it off here for Knueppel. And he lost it on the dribble, and they reach in a foul too.
It was that fight, and now they're playing with confidence. The attack offensively, they're getting good looks. Wake has shifted this entire game. Duke is rattled.
Game, he is out sick. Given that, they've done a terrific job to stick around. Knueppel dragging that foot. That's going to be a traveling violation.
But only the second turnover for the Blue Devils, had only one in that.
Knueppel. Aquí el balón es para el equipo de Miami, pero esa entrega de balón la tiene Knueppel, buscando atacar la pintura en el 1 contra 2 y será balón para el equipo de los Huracanes de Miami. La temporada pasada se quedaron en el Elite 8, pero el talento de esta generación les debe alcanzar cuando menos desde mi punto de vista para el Final Four de cara a esta campaña.
Post. You can really tell Duke's looking to take advantage of matchups right now.
Knueppel drives, and Burton reached in, knocked it away, and it's Notre Dame ball. And James to inbound for the Blue Devils. Tipped away, and Roper's got it for Notre Dame. Alaco for
Knueppel on the drive. Lost his balance and gave it away. Duke with a rare turnover here in the first half.
Everybody looks like they're in the weight room standing next to me. Are you kidding me? Here's Knueppel again, goes up and draws a foul. Or is it offensive?
Well, he shuffled the feet a little bit.
Did. All right.
That last time again, Yigatulu,
Oh, what a collision at the rim. Malowacz rejection. Knueppel thought about it. Oh, Malowacz couldn't hang on. Now the Hokies try to flip the floor.
And again, late in the shot clock. Phillips. Long. Knueppel diving for the rebound, but traveled in the process. Gotta love that effort, though, from the freshman.
Sneak it through to Maddox.
9 turnovers on the Patriots, and they're gonna win it right back.
Not a whole. Got to find its level. They're not going to shoot like this for 2 halves in a row. If they do, goodness gracious, so be it.
Knueppel off his knee and back to Louisville, and that takes us to the under 4.
Moncrief out of Toronto. Is cut by Knueppel. He'll force it out, miss. His first miss today after 3-for-3 start.
It's got to be a lob tomorrow. Second half, Jayhawks a 7-0 run. Bad pass, here's a steal, here's Harris. 2 chasers, up and in. A 9. Dickinson, oh, good help from Flagg, and there's one of those X factors Cooper Flagg brings. Knueppel, there's contact, and it's going the other way. Knueppel first. Flagg nearly fell down. Knueppel spinning. He got stuck up in the air, and he turned it over. Rylan Griffin has it, foul.
And now a steal by Lewis. What hustle. They are still battling for it, and Bradley comes up with it. And that is a goal.
Punto clave. Patina Knueppel. Nadie va al auxilio. ¿A quién le pasa el balón? Se lo queda Owe.
And AJ is one of 4 Carolinians on the expansive Army roster, getting an opportunity to play here in Durham. It's a good look. Knueppel. A carry, turning it over.
Efficient, they're playing tough defense as well.
Louisville with a 17-13 rebounding edge. Neither team had larger than a 5-point lead. Edwards airmail on that field goal. Final 40 seconds here, the championship game.
I also want to thank both you guys, the way you've accepted me coming here.
Cadeau trying to use the screen. Under 5 minutes to play. Trimble airborne, banking it, no. Rebound up and in by Lubin.
Some of the other teams do. And then they're playing against a team that has played the day prior.
Musaf around and out.
But their first mention here in the quarterfinals.
So far, I hope you brought your chalk to Charlotte. Terry on the drive, and Knueppel got a hand on it. He's had a big game.
He really Proctor, but I'm not sure that's the shot you're looking for when you haven't been able to scratch as of yet.
Makes 41%. Salas again on the run. Here's Proctor here.
After Reed, who made it 3 at the end of the first half, going to pass that one up.
Salas airborne, hit it. He's going to the line, looking for a 3-point play.
Everything around the rim against Florida State's difficult.
Here is Chandler Jackson with 4 to shoot, trying to find a path, and the long rebound for Sion James.
Yakuchonis curls inside and a foul. Now, folks, I got to tell you.
Took the majority of the tickets for this one, but Mugumba got quality minutes when Malik Brown was out for the 4-game absence. And WD, he came in with the reputation of a shooter. But his freshman year, midway through the season, went more to the point guard position, pushing Jeremy Roach off the basketball. So now
Stojakovic trying to find a way. Boy, you see James leaning a little bit on the help there. Wilkinson and one.
Everybody during the summer when they had their workouts, they knew he was good, but they didn't know he was that good.
Looking for an answer, and Jones does from 3.
Al estrés en la NBA, desde ahí les van dando las herramientas.
Desde octubre del 2023 se compró.
Burton surrounded, has to kick it out. Just so much size for him to deal with. Alaco from the baseline left it short. Rebound James. Duke's done a much. 2.5 to go. Burton finally got a little space and knocks down the three.
Hill earlier today, and I asked him, did you do this your senior year? And he said no. Cherokee was hating on me with the rebounds and the blocks.
Black comes away with a loose ball.
O'Connor with 5. Well defended by Knueppel, and just had to throw it up there off the burn. Right place, right time. 10 to shoot. Smith contested, way off. Waterman with 5.
The ball, and that's what Auburn's going to do. Auburn is going to be physical, and they are going to be aggressive.
We're going to come in here on Wednesday, SEC, ACC point guard.
A.J. Storr gets the start, drives left. That was deflected, tipped up and in by Dickinson. Storr. They got the roll. They don't throw it. They instead shoot it, and a chance for 3. So Malik Brown now in. Malawach out. And also into the game, Sion James, who's had a very good start. Mayo stepped back right on the money.
Right now, Proctor is guarding Caleb Love, who's on the weak side. A little bit long on the jumper, and the rebound down to Brown.
And the ball moving much better in the last couple of possessions for Duke, which has some really unselfish players. Brown is one of them.
Brandon Garrison, que ha venido desde el banquillo de inmediato y conectando.
Really has the experience with this group. A guy who's been in this building, has played a lot of basketball, sat out last year.
That foul goes against Knueppel. Gathers, gets it blocked from behind by Scovins.
It's a soft take if you're Malik Brown.
Because of that. And then his father named him Khan. So there are 2 Khans, probably in the entire world, both from the Knueppel family. Now you know.
Players love him. Cooper, he's just a great teammate.
He really is, Dickie B. When you consider Cooper Flagg during fall break, didn't want to. She's not here for Cooper. She's here for Duke. And again, her son isn't even playing, but she's still cheering just as loudly for the rest of the players on the.
Powell, who's been a dangerous man in this tournament, taking on Knueppel one-on-one. Looking for the pass, and he threw it away.
Carolina winners of 6 in a row, averaging over or about 91 points per game in those 6. Withers a good cut, but he couldn't handle the bounce pass.
Timeout. He will take them out one by one to allow this crowd to be able to say goodbye.
And Regis lost it back up.
Davis, wrap around for Swinton, and a foul will be ticketed here. And that'll get us to the under.
This is 2 free throws. Your first week at Planet Fitness is on us.
The judgment-free zone, bro.
Boeing Malawach deflects it. And
switch situation and being there with your bodies and disrupting the offense. That's what it means right there. Physicality without foul.
Riley fouled. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
I got a lot of sayings about it.
The bag is bigger at Duke than it would be in the NBA.
Wow.
Where were you on the staff?
Where was I?
They weren't going to give you a job?
I was coaching a little high school.
Yeah, I remember you coaching a little high school. I watched it.
Wow. Right there, that's awesome, baby, with a capital A. He's a solid goal. PTP.
Oh, it's swatting away, and a foul.
He left. And what he could have been a part of on this team that could possibly win a national championship.
Nicely done there, and the reverse is up and in.
Oh, there he is.
And also Nancy Lieben.
What a great lineup. Well, you always get big-time celebrities, and they'll be dunked in by Young.
Do you have a red carpet for this?
Knueppel with a touch. Up against Cooper Flagg, backing his way into the paint. Got the pass away. Nice give there for Lockett.
Derecha para cerrar el camino a la canasta.
Otro robo de gigante, el número 9, sur-sudanés. Balón abajo, la tapa de Knueppel. Otra vez la defensa.
To be able to get an at-large bid if they don't win the ACC tournament.
Parker wants to get it downstairs. Nice pass, but no conversion there. But a whistle, too.
In the foot on the floor.
Cooper flag with 27. The Pack needs an answer under 2 minutes to go. Entry pass, up and in.
Great execution, getting the ball to the short.
Johnson with a crossover. Bounce speed. Harris. Got it! Tough shot.
Y es una ventaja considerable ante un equipo con este talento. Queda mucho baloncesto por delante, pero insisto, es una ventaja importante. Lee Keenan es el
1-3 in the league. Duke 5-0. And the winners of 9 in a row overall. Shrewsbury, nice look, and the lay-in for Muhammad.
Boy, what a beautiful cut by Sir Muhammad.
Tech's got to go the length of the floor with 8 to shoot. J.V. McCollum yet to score today. Throws it up top, and there's the finish. They've been waiting for it.
Dribbles it out. Broom the catch and the lay-in to make it a 5-point game. Away. They need a 3. They need it fast. Instead, it's going to be a pass inside and a block by Flag.
Pointers. By the way, Army has just continued to fight as you would expect. The second half score is Duke 25, Army 20 after that missed layup. But they are not.
Hall to 6 did not have Patrick Gumba. He would have been a difference maker in that game had he been available.
Edwards has been hot as heck.
He's getting better and better as well.
No Tyrese Proctor, no Malik Brown for Duke, no Malik Ewan for Florida State tonight. Too strong off the hand of Watkins.
The first time I ever had a chance to spend time with Cooper. And you see it on that possession. He's the fastest to the second jump.
Wow, look at this. Rhodey, who's 41% from 8:40 to go here at Virginia. In the corner, Rhodey. Had a good clean look. Duke will
really struggled in that game. He goes from 42. Still 10 minutes to go.
Zachary.
Don't count him out. Hey, that's big. That's big.
Very stagnant possession here. Taylor hoists a 3. It's not close.
See, high post, Malowacz hedging him defensively. Now Hammond back for Jaden, shoots triple. A back rim miss, and Lowell. Yep. That's 3.5 assists a game too for Cooper Flag, Dan. Fall away Johnson, Flag or rebound.
This is a team that plays as together, I think, as any team we've seen this year.
Yes.
Denver, or Miles Kelly rather, knocks down a 3. Again, he's been here. And he might be the most ideal matchup that Duke has for Chani Broom.
They give up a little on the offensive end, but he's an outstanding defender.
Chad Baker
looks. That three-point shot for Duke has got to be a weapon come January, February, and March.
Maldonado gets hit and fouled by Knueppel, shooting for the hole for the final shot of a disjointed first half. Dawson will step in. Dawson to the teeth of the Duke defense. No. And a pull.
See what they got.
An easy layup. Exactly right. Good call, Franny.
Yep. Nobody better.
Wide open 3. Yes, Storr has it from the corner.
Within college basketball, and that takes time. I'm more of the Aaron Rodgers approach where it's like, relax. They're going to learn a lot early in this season, and what they do now doesn't establish their true potential. And you do that early in the game where you create a better rhythm by moving, by kind of playing to the music. You shoot the ball better because you have better rhythm.
Milovic offensive.
Contest shots, and you will be incredibly impactful for this Blue Devil team.
Gotten some good looks from 3 Whopper. There's not hitting. Bailey can't connect on an open one.
Option. The shot off of a ball screen or the drive off of a ball screen is a good option. But the roll's there. Second, you take the roll away. There's another option. And Duke did a good job of recognizing it.
Turno habla de un jugador de ciudad, inevitablemente viene a la mente Manute Bol, ¿no? Este fue un tapón de esos del estilo de Manute Bol.
Sí. Desde el palco.
Have a different story. But they are different type of players. Ace is more of a forward, Cooper more of a wing. Comes coming out of the timeout. The Black Bay.
In the semifinals, but their first mention here in the quarterfinals.
So far, I hope you brought your chalk to Charlotte. Terry on the drive, and Knueppel got a hand on it. He's had a big game.
He really has.
17.
Isaiah Evans attacking the cup as well. Not something he's done with all that much.
14 for Evans tonight. He's got his 4th straight double-figure game.
Aquí está el gigante, el número 9, sur-sudanés. Balón abajo, la tapa de Knueppel. Otra vez la defensa imponiendo.
Wanting to play a certain way, but you have to adapt and adjust to your personnel and the realities you deal with.
That's what Steve Forbes said he's had to do. Hildreth on the drive, denied. Knueppel sticking right with him. Duke's defense continues to be.
Back out to Miller with 10 on the shot clock, defended by James. Now they switch. And Mookie Miller trying to go right by Knueppel, but he's long and is able to block it. Again, we talk about this.
Minimum of 9 guys that can play.
Terry driving it on Evans. The freshman holds up well. And Evans running the break ahead of Knueppel. Evans.
Shot clock is 7 for Louisville. As Hepburn has gotten off to a quick start. He's denied. And a pass never got there. Picked up by Knueppel. Knueppel coming off. Edwin pushed out to the logo.
Tell you one thing, they play defense. They really get after defensively. You always got a chance to win when you defend.
He's here for Duke. And again, her son isn't even playing, but she's still cheering just as loudly for the rest of the players on the floor, wanting a championship for the Blue Devils.
Withers, the Charlotte native, had a big first game in the tournament. And tied up there. Great job by Knueppel.
Defensive team member this year, though, getting the stop.
Dongo going down, trying to get that to a teammate. Sutton couldn't handle it. Kick back over to Duke. Leading 34th. Mustaf goes down. Knueppel trying to guard him. Still spinning and spinning in a tie-up. Possession arrow will take it the other way. 69-61. George lost it. Knueppel scoops. Malawaj slams it down.
Averaging over or about 91 points per game in those 6. Withers a good cut, but he couldn't handle the bounce pass.
Elliot Cadeau cannot turn the ball over in this game. That's it.
Salas again. Salas and Flagg. Good matchup tonight. And Flagg wins that.
This going.
Got a 2-on-1. Proctor will lay in.
Chukwu is missed. And the offensive rebound to Johnson. Into the body of Proctor. Tries to bounce it to Kidd to take away. Here is Tyrese Proctor. Flagg. Knueppel. That was his first free throw attempt of the night. Chukwu, who committed the foul, dribbles himself right into a mess. James with a takeaway. Knueppel. Down to Flagg. Planet Fitness is on us.
The judgment-free zone, bro.
Boeing Malawaj deflects it, and a foul against Staten McCray.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, man.
I got a lot of things about it.
The bag is bigger at Duke than it would be in the NBA for his first couple of years. 3-on-1, Knueppel leaves it.
Virginia fan, so she's rooting against Duke, of course, who is her rival and enemy. But OB, Virginia's at Chapel Hill on Saturday.
Indeed.
It's going to be a different scarf.
Different scarf.
Yeah.
Where was I?
They weren't going to give you a job?
I was coaching a little high school.
Yeah, I remember you coaching a little high school. I watched the documentary.
Knueppel with the pick. And it will.
You guys having a great time up here. And Mr. Dorr, who I really like.
Blake's picked off by Knueppel. Read that perfectly.
Free ball coming from Slim right here.
Knueppel on the drive, off the fake, and it won't roll in. The tip is controlled by Shepard. And taken right back by Duke. Flagg had Hunter on his hip.
A couple of scouts earlier today. It's obvious he needs to improve his shooting. But he has a great feel for the game, high basketball IQ, and he's great at making reads. Now, this team has no traditional...
Falta, pero le había zafado el balón. Y ahora, otra vez, La defensa, Knueppel para Flag. ¿No? Otro robo de balón, el tip le cae a Cooper Flag sin voltear a ver a...
Too strong. Knueppel knocked it away. Malawash hit the deck. Great hustle. Flag. Long way to go, but 1:10 before halftime. Flag converging, nearly got the theft. O'Connell lost it, and he's going to commit the foul.
On his headband. Is this a trap game where the Blue Devils, now I know John Shire's not, but are the players thinking that NC State can't beat them coming into this building?
Knueppel comes over the loose ball, he'll lean in for two.
La de la finta y después lo que derivó en la canasta por parte de Knueppel. Aquí el balón es para el equipo de Miami, pero esa entrega de balón la tiene Knueppel buscando atacar la pintura en el 1.
Their rhythm. And Duke is an exceptional defensive team. They make it hard for you. Nice play.
Knueppel with a takeaway, and Knueppel will finish
the game. Substitution, call him timeout, but you can with your defense as well.
Mike tried to split the double team, his second turnover.
To make it back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in a long time in the WAC. Paris Dawson got tripped up. Knueppel's on the floor. Brown has the Duke takeaway. Here's Sion James. Flag. Knueppel throws it right through the wickets on Dawson, and Seattle has possession. And they don't have it for much longer. Steal for Knueppel, and then Brown got
the Florida transfer off to a great start. Big shoes to fill as the primary scoring threat for Tennessee. Loose ball, knocked away. They know that short roll's coming. They were sitting on it.
In scoring, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. So Duke out of the timeout in his own look, and they force a turnover, and now they can hold for the final shot of the half. How many times? Few up in Spokane. Love the kick. Bradley the drive. Lost it. Less than a minute to go, and a foul committed. And the Blue Devils.
The last couple of possessions for Duke, which has some really unselfish players. Brown is one of them. He guards up Tripp, and then Knueppel gets absolutely banged.
Screen or the drive off of a ball screen is a good option, but the roll's there. The second you take the roll away, there's another option, and Duke did a good job of recognizing it and find it.
There's Flag, Gillis,
Knueppel. Que el alley-oop imponente para la Universidad de Duke. Los Blue Devils se están luciendo, todos ponen y saben perfectamente su rol en este equipo.
Just keep working at it.
And he's getting a master's degree here, and he is delightful to talk to. Just an engaging guy.
Proctor again this season.
He sure was. Made 49 threes last year on a very good App State team.
On rebound comes to Knueppel, who attacks. 6 quick points.
So Hepburn looking to counter. Cross court, is Waterman wide open. He sticks it.
Big guy knocks one down.
Point of attack defensively, and Terrence Edwards. So there are a number of really good defenders for this Louisville team. That's what caused a lot of turnovers.
Waterman, who took a pretty good shot in the first.
When you consider Cooper Flag during fall break didn't want to go back to Greensboro with the rest of his family because he won.
On the bounce, Lubin, who's had an excellent tournament, lost the handle. Shot clock a factor now. Withers, a little too strong. Rebound. Godot zips the pass for Withers, and too strong. Then Alan Lubin, and another block, another rejection by Malawash. Withers will try again and misses again. Lubin asking for the ball. Does not get it. Davis does. For Powell in the corner. Airmailed that one, and another whistle. 7 to get up a shot here. Ndongo, a wild pass out high with 2 on the shot clock. Powell takes a look, and he can't sink it. Rebound.
Once again, John Shire switching up his defenses to try to throw Georgia Tech off balance.
Outside, Mustaf got a really good look. Won't drop in for him.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, Duke in front, 54-43, their biggest lead. Mustaf trying to answer. He can't. Proctor with the board. A standout performance for him in the quarterfinals. George getting it off for Terry. And that one rattles in from three-point land.
Yeah, whatever happened in the second half really didn't matter.
Cadeau draws a crowd. The kick to Drake Powell. And the freshman knocks down a three.
Last 6 games into this one. Much more aggressive, assertive, and in attack mode. It's a hit-first mentality.
Trimble misses the three. And the rebound
screen getting the switch with Malawash. Now they're going to double.
Withers is open. Lubin tried to keep it alive, but Malawash.
He can take this one on.
He's sending Withers to the corner. Kicks it to Cadeau. And Cadeau hits a three.
Carolina.
Look at the activity off the ball. Cooper Flagg in the corner, stunning. Same with Sion James. Now you got to find the guy.
Jackson, the pull-up jumper. Tapped around. Bowen couldn't get down. Of course, he started for Tyrese Proctor tonight. Proctor had started 37 consecutive games. Watkins, an air ball.
Close the door!
Against James. Into traffic. Malawat shut it off. Kick out for Bowen's three. That's good.
Love that
6'10 sophomore can
roll it into Lynn Kidd, who has been a double-double machine of late. He feeds Johnson out of the double to three for Ugachukwu is missed. And the offensive rebound. Player in high school when your jersey's retired and you're a college freshman. That's Isaiah Evans. Bethea looking for a third three. He's got it. In with the left hand. Here's Ugachukwu. He's got his 9th rebound. Corner three for Schwartz. Miami 4 for 20. Sadly, what? They're in zone right now, by the way?
Yeah, they're in a zone.
Mason Gillis at the back end of it. State McCray, short.
Rebound tapped high several times. A battle for that. Ames from the corner will launch and drains it.
When Coach K got a yes from him.
Sellers up against Malawach. That's going to be a tough battle to win. Here's Sellers again, but no. Rebound up and off the window. For trying to cut in. Sellers to drive it. Keeler outside, and the former walk-on will hit the three.
This Blue Devil program. Bears trying to get on the board. Petritus inside, skips it back. Blatcher will toss another three away. Short, and James the rebound. See, after seeing their 16-game win streak snapped on Saturday at Clemson. Petritus out of the corner, and it's good. Reedus Petritus, the air
ability. He can beat you with the three. He can beat you on the drive, and he plays with such competitive desire.
He absolutely does, Coach. And when you consider you couple that shooting, wants to make sure Malawach gets back in that matchup.
Let me tell you something. That was one tough three he made.
Dylan Hunter.
I don't want to be denied, man.
Una invitación para poner el balón arriba.
En la esquina. El triple no llegó de Wiz.
And Parker talking back to Mason Gillis, telling him he's too small, then coming up with the pressure, forcing the turnover.
Taylor can't hit it. He was wide open, but the
was scoreless. First time since middle school he played the game and did not score.
Hill looking for a triple.
I thought he should have taken the three at the top. He had enough space to be able to get a good look, but Marcus Hill had to help.
In transition, looking for the three, and now a rattle home for Parker.
A strong effort defensively by Dontroy Styles, not allowing Cooper Flagg to get to his comfort spot.
Styles lines it up. That missed badly.
Fight's there, so they're staying in this game.
They've only turned it over 7 times.
Here's Harris to launch. They got a good look, too.
Esta temporada 2024-2025 está haciendo su debut en la NCAA con esta universidad, con Duke. Va por 3. ¿Cuánto se le escapó el triple?
Wide open after that Malawach screen. And a rare transition opportunity for the Irish, but the Blue Devils get back. Burton, a deep one. Comes up empty.
Either for the lob or the drop-off.
Shrewsbury with the quick catch and release from the corner, and a foul is what. Shy the kick to Shrewsbury. Burton the drive on Flagg. Good pass. Alako, a corner three, and it's a 5-point game.
See? However, we got a pretty good one here.
Lowe skipping in the lane, got the pass free to Leggett, can't cash in, and a foul here. Rebound tap back to him. And a kick out. Here's Cummings, got a good open look, couldn't hit it. And another impressive performance by Duke. They were on quite a run. Dunn will fire it up and miss.
Sion James is defending the point. How about the body on that guy? Doopy Miller probably a little quicker. Here's Cross again. Too strong. And the rebound.
Cooper Flag in the game. With the 2 fouls in the first half, 3 fouls in the second half, he leaves him in the game. Look,
another ear ball for Terry. Stick with it. Make Cooper Flag work.
There he is with 10. Defended by Flag. Smith from downtown.
Sometimes this.
Much needed.
In the city, it was known as the Boeing bust. It really crippled the region. It crippled the school in a lot of ways. And Seattle moved all the way to the NAI area. Aaron Harris, the freshman, getting his first run tonight. Dawson again. He has been firing away, and he finally gets one to go
on their offense. Blow by. Pretty play, Harris. He finds Griffin. That's good. Yes, it is. Good call. Right on line. And a sharp. Good move. Griffin tries again. No, not this time. Off to the front.
The Wildcats tonight. Good help by Foster. Krivas corrals it. Open in the corner. Jaden Bradley has Arizona on the board.
Knueppel coming off for a 3 up top, and Sion James just made a fabulous cut to the basket.
This is the freshman, Carter Bryant. McDonald's All-American. Tennessee transfer, one of the best rebounders in the nation. Henry Vesar. The big guy can shoot it from out there, but he misses the. Into Townsend. Trying to back down Flag. Kicks it back out. Bradley back into the game. Misses the 3. Is wide open. Krivas the offensive rebound.
Malawach still down.
Love again. Malawach up and.
Starting 5 for Wofford. No relation for the Baileys. Dylan and Justin. Corey Tripp, their leading scorer, with Jackson, Sibbles, and Filowich this season.
You get backside action or backside defenders engaged in ball screen action, and a little miscommunication leaves the best shooter on the floor open.
Corey Tripp misses a 3. Come on, Ma Bailey, and Duke turns it back over.
Man, that's on Flag more than it's on Foster.
Another missed 3. This one short from Tripp as well.
Moving, kind of playing to the music. You shoot the ball better because you have better rhythm.
Filowich offensive rebound off the Arrington miss. He'll tee up another. Anthony Arrington. Filowich for Tripp.
La Liga Francesa sigue aportando jugadores estelares en los drafts NBA. El rebote. El triple para.
You're a little bit lucky if you're Army. You know, they play a pack line, and they're going to give up threes. They want to protect the paint, but you can't overhelp.
Now over 5 scoreless minutes. Deep 3 put up by Barker. No. What do you make, Chris, of the Duke a long time ago? It would be neat to see Duke go back up there. Flag skies for another. And another chance for Army off the miss by Scovins. Everybody gets a shot.
Taking on Knueppel one-on-one and a whistle. We are under.
But you can see he has an extra bounce to his step, knowing that he has to take over that leadership role with Flag off the floor.
George can't hit. He's run cold. 69-61. George lost it. Beyond the arc. Among the worst shooting teams in the conference from long distance. The pull-up pop, that one dropped by Johnson. He's a primary offender on the Blue Devils. Fredrickson with a leaner for two. Parker Fredrickson, the 6'4" sophomore.
Moving the ball needs to work for him. Knueppel, he can make some things happen, sure, but Cooper Flagg, he can do anything at any time, but he understands these other five. I was always really comfortable getting to my left hand for one dribble and then pulling. Perfect example right there.
Watkins and the follow. Maluk.
Illinois 0 for 7 from the three-point line to start this game. Boswell almost traveled Euro, and he banks it in.
Once again, off of a deflection, so it's almost free money right there. To when you get that deflection, get out in transition, opportunity for you to score points off of turnovers. WD, the Blue Devils.
Anyone else did that, we get kicked out of his office. You're the only one that can bring that up.
That's for sure. Zachary airborne for the jumper and knocks it down.
They need to win here tonight to take the big shot. Veteran player.
23 points. Zachary on the move, swatted away by Malawach, who's playing with 4 fouls.
Be a pro. Talking to a couple of scouts earlier today, it's obvious he needs to improve his shooting, but he has a great feel for the game, high basketball IQ. Not a lot of wasted movement with Cooper Flagg.
Cuff step back three. McCloud.
Johnson steps back for a triple. Can't nail that. Reed with a big rebound.
Opens up the pass out to a guy like Sion James in the corner.
Tyler Johnson from the elbow, no. Rebound batted us out high. Shot clock down to 7. Salas way downtown and missed badly. Proctor poked it away. Now the shot clock coming into play. Down to 5. Johnson will launch it. That clangs away.
Points with 7 rebounds, 6 assists in that contest, in that victory. Pull up pop by hand, glancing off the iron. Brown went for the rebound, and it's knocked out.
Beyond the three-point arc. He's been special, and he's also taken on the challenge of guarding DJ Hand, who hasn't been able to get on track. Well under.
Sí, es el segundo para Gillis. 2 de 12 triples. En total, 4 de 7 para la escuadra de...
Mandando a su equipo, mandando ahí ánimo, como dices, no puede estarse quieto, no puede dejar de estar haciendo una bujía importante. Hace un momento veíamos bien en el arranque de esta segunda mitad y a Matthew Cleveland lo han neutralizado. Cleveland se ha quedado con 0 puntos.
We asked John Shire, head coach of the Blue Devils, yesterday, how has this team grown recently? He said they are much more connected on offense than they were earlier in the season. And we
foul difficulty. Has 5 points. Leggett looking to spin and fall away, and that won't drop. Yeah, I'm with you. I think in the end it was an ugly looking pass.
Yes, it wasn't pretty.
Very hard. 10 on the shot clock, defended by James. Now they switch, and Mookie Miller trying to go right by Knueppel, but he's long and is able to block it. 1 point of free throw in the last 3 minutes for the Dukies. Miller behind the back. And got it.
And that's where SMU was going to thrive. You get to stop.
It's a good thing to know.
Another long possession. There have been a lot of deep shot clocks in this game as Newark finishes.
They've scored.
For the Blue Devils, it's 6, trailed by as many as 14 in the first half. And Waterman.
A point guard in his first 2 years, but now playing off the ball. That was a big-time play.
And Baker Mazzara is going to go. Jones short on the 3, but off the...
Thrown out to an open shooter, which Seattle has given up so far in this game and just can't connect.
Step back 3 for Maldonado. Seattle is 5 for 12 of looking inside in that high-low.
Quick crossover and a block there by Flagg. A guy who can impact.
See if Arizona starts to try to look inside a little bit more. They've tried to get some high-low looks, but Duke has really put the clamps on it.
Lewis, it will go and get Arizona back with
8 puntos en la cuenta personal de Knueppel. El tiro para
Got great experience, going to pay off in the Patriot League this year. Again, shot clock down. Tough shot with the left hand by Rucker. Malawach with around and out on Rucker.
On Duke's team, you think you can kind of help off of, but they all can knock it down.
Well, he was 38% a year ago at Tulane. He's a 1,000-point scorer.
Second effort. Here's Hepburn, Chucky Hepburn. Oftentimes, as he goes, that's how Louisville will go, and he'll knock down that shot.
He is special. Leads him in score.
And we would agree. That was some performance by North Carolina, but falling short in the end. Tough shot by Hadley as he is a rascal.
Best drivers in college basketball, Corey.
Edwards Jr. airborne. Very difficult angle. Malawach cradling.
I think that changes what they lost, OB. I believe they absolutely have to get to the championship, and if not win it, to be certain that they will. You had so many different players step up. We talked about the freshman from yesterday. Patrick Gumbo was 3 for 3 from the field as we watched R.J. Davis.
Down to 7. Musaf deep in the corner, trying to get around the hip of Knueppel, and blocked there by Malawach.
With Malawach on the...
Janai Broome scored 34 today for Auburn, although it was Alabama winning at Auburn in overtime on a runner by Mark Sears. Knueppel switches on to Cadeau. Behind the back, the force, and it's off the side of the backboard.
That is not what Carolina wants. Davis was able to take that on and score.
Withers defended by Knueppel. Withers goes right at him. Tipped away by Foster. Davis one-on-one with Knueppel. Step back. Not this time. Lubin, though, has the rebound.
Zips that one. Salas again. Salas and Flagg. Good matchup tonight. And Flagg wins that.
Because it happens so quickly when you play against the Blue Devils.
Watkins against Knueppel, who did a good job just taking his arm straight up.
With discipline. That's a great responsibility that I don't think we really appreciate.
Johnson into Malawach, fighting for his own miss, a tripped away. Foster got in at the end of the game, in the Illinois game, scored 12 in 7 minutes. Bethea with a tough shot. High pointed by
Proctor on him. Shot clock down to 6. McNeely took a glance. Here's a long one. Rebound comes right to James.
Unbelievable. Kim Belton. It's a pleasure working with him. Hey, Kim, did I send it the way you wrote it out for me?
You missed a highlight or two.
Skips for Stojakovic against Knueppel. Andre trying to find a crease. Fall away is short off the front rim, and here's Flagg.
Positive momentum into your weekend game.
Wilkinson trying to find something against Knueppel, and he does. 2-point pull-up.
That was really...
Johnny's taken in the game. His first score. He's so unselfish. He's all about winning and the team. He can get, to me, if he wanted to be selfish, he'd get 30 every night.
7'2", 250 freshman from South Sudan. Moore, that's a very difficult one. Off the hands of Flagg into the hands of James. Lampkin sets up Davis again.
Keep running it back.
He's got both baskets in the half. That one a brick, and that will be...
The pace frenetic, to put it mildly. Hill went for the scoop shot, but no, the reverse won't drop.
But you have to adapt and adjust to your personnel and the realities you deal with.
That's what Steve Forbes said he's had to do. Hildreth on the drive, denied. Knueppel sticking right with him. Duke's defense did. Harris taking on Knueppel with a step back. I think the house would have come off. Did he hit that one?
A lot of media credentials. Shot clock's down to 4. Kelly on the drive right there for 2 more.
Esto es una locura. Parece un marzo adelantado lo que estamos viviendo esta noche en Durham. Pero ese es el efecto de un equipo con toda su prosapia.
Long can be very explosive. 27 against Cal, had 28 against Ohio State. Inside for 2.
And one of the things that Chris Carrawell doing,
who has a Duke connection,
absolutely does. His godfather is the first ever
to go in the first half. The students are here in force at Cameron Indoor. Classes don't begin until tomorrow, but the kids are here tonight. They wouldn't miss this for anything.
With 17 now, by the way. 4 to shoot. Rechsteiner in trouble. Fall away on Knueppel, and it goes.
Bailey, 2 to shoot. Gotta go.
Well, that was high hands by Norwalk. See,
they've been playing against the set defense, and it's a different game. Up and down, the way the Auburn game was played, it was a playmaker's game. Wow. Wow. He's a playmaker. He can create his own shot, and at times he's going to have to do just that.
Now Edwards going right back into the grill of Knueppel and forces it.
Pressure on Auburn. They're not able to make easy passes.
Baker Mazzara trying to get around Knueppel. Tough shot, flagged the rebound.
De 4 para Duke. Kriza. Buen balón hacia la pintura. Falló.
Right over the top.
That's 12 points tonight for Cooper Flag.